Good evening. We are live on YouTube. I hope everyone is good and welcome to a Monday night chat with anyone, catch up for the weekend. Want to try and do regular content, and it's going to be either a Monday or a Friday going forward to try and just build this platform, not just Arsenal, other football content, because talking about Arsenal all the time is just depressing, isn't it? So lots to catch up on, lots to talk about, lots to digest, and get stuck in and just wait for a few people to join. Hope everyone is well. Keep smashing the likes, and if you're new around here, do subscribe. It is kind of strange when you do these because when I do something like this and there's no match, often less people will watch. So I know I'm taking a risk, but I've got to try. I did advertise it a while ago, but yes, it's all about. I'm talking about quite a few things. Arteta, why is he still here, and why is his job not on the line? Good evening, Chris. Welcome to the chat. Hi, pal. Hope you're well. What's more depressing, Arsenal, Liverpool, True Life UK? Good evening. Welcome to the chat. Yes, hit to the chat. Hit the likes. Yes, I think Arsenal because Liverpool are further up. You just won the Champions League, you've won the Premiership, and yes, you are better than us. Let's share this. Anyone feels like coming on, they are more than welcome. Arsenal are useless. I suppose Liverpool are crap at the moment, and Man City. So I want to talk about them. Arteta. Talino, good evening. Welcome to the chat. Do smash a like and share my content. I appreciate this. And yeah, see if I can just share this and just have a good look at this. Let this sink in. Yeah, just look at that. Liverpool are dead. We need freshening up in the summer. Just look at that Manchester City team. They are flying. Win, 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 win. Arsenal, last six, draw, two losses, draw, 2 wins, draw. Thank you, host. You're welcome. Let's put these comments up. What's more depressing, Arsenal, Liverpool? Arsenal, because you've won more trophies than us lately. Don't count the FA Cup. Hit the like. Do come on if you want anyone. Hello, host. Big up to you, Talino. Liverpool are dead. We need freshening up in the summer. Well, if you need freshening up, we need a miracle. Thank you, host. You are welcome. That table, it currently actually is wrong because Leeds are above us. This is not a live table. Leeds are above us, so we're actually sitting in 11th. And what's going to happen about it? That is the question I want to put to you. Good evening, Military Gooner TV. How are you doing? If you're talking about Arsenal, not good, but other things, got a lot going on. But yeah, trying to think about other teams. But just looking at Manchester City there, just look at that. That is the team to beat. The team who's just they've got a game in hand. I hope you can see that all right. They're just looking another level. They battered Liverpool. Liam, good evening. How are you? How are you? You Military Gooner, you depressed and fed up. Um, And Liam, how are you? Are you feeling? I just want to debate about this. What are we going to do about Arteta? What is going? Does this man just stay forever? Is it just going to be that we just because we've got really hard. We've got Manchester City coming up as well after Leeds. Leeds is a hard game, and I'm very worried because I want to. Liam says normal life equals great Arsenal equals sad WBU. What do you mean, mate? Sorry, maybe my showing my age here. Um, the league is for Manchester City, but what I want to highlight is this. Okay, this is where I want to be as an Arsenal fan. This is where we were supposed to be. Oh, what about me? It's not easy being. It's just blah as an Arsenal fan. BS season. Arteta's thrown the FA Cup away for all this, and yeah, this month defines our season. The season's there's nothing to play for in the league. So if you're talking about Europa League, Benfica, they are no mugs. They are a bloody good side, and the rumours are it's going to be a one-off game. That might suit us, but the way we're playing, I have got no confidence in this team whatsoever. Who? Yeah. What about you? Good evening, Rob. Welcome to the chat. And yes, this team, Manchester City, just look at that. This is where, that's what I want to emphasize really, where I, as a fan, want to be. Not necessarily, I know that's a lot, but our league position of 11th at the moment, as it stands, is not where we should be. And why this man has not had more pressure is unbelievable put on him. Look at that draw, 2 wins, a draw, 2 losses. Why is he? Look, and also look at that 1-9, lost 10. So our win ratio is worse than our loss ratio. And we're over halfway through. There's 23 games, there's 15 left. This is the same amount of defeats as we had last season, and there's 15 games to go. It would be impossible not to increase those defeats. So, hold on. One second. Rob, for us to get back up with City, we need an owner who wants to get back there. Kroenke already said he did not take over to win trophies. That's a very good point, but as fans, we have a right to question why we are not there. These questions of the owner and the board, and this is where I will hold Kroenke accountable. He hires the people. He's not spending the money. He hires them. So for this, yes, but I think the board members are out of date, out of sync, and yes, they are not what we need. We need different, but yeah, it needs radical change. And Arteta is not going to get us here. He's not going to get us here, and I expect us to finish between, let's have a look at this, between here and 10th, sort of 8th and 10th. Let me know what you guys think, how you're feeling, and what would you do to change things at Arsenal, and how long do you stand for this mediocrity, playing terrible football, terrible thing? Because at the end of the day, Arteta is the man who picks the players. Kroenke does not pick the players. Just think about that. And if you're new around here, can you please subscribe? It costs you absolutely nothing. It is free. And do keep pumping the likes. Smash the likes, please. No surprises. We have wobbled again. We have no leaders, correct. But what I've seen, I would rather have a lot of the youth come in more and, you know, be just pushed up than all this dross that's in our team. He didn't want to have the Wenger players, but we've got a lot of them. And those are Bellerin, Xhaka, Holding, Laka. They're not good enough for Arsenal Football Club. And I would, I would, yeah, I think what about just, I mean, if I could, I would start again. Just play young kids, play them, and get new players who just want to play for this club, just die for the shirt, and just give it all. Yes, we need an elite manager. This is too much for Arteta. It's way too much. Way too much. Why he took over, we were here where Tottenham are. I'm not laughing at them. I won't laugh at anyone. And people are laughing at Manchester United. Why? Look where they are. They are here. Second, I would love to be there. Absolutely love it. I mean, they are on 45 points. We are on 31 points. They're 14 points ahead of us. And some fans were laughing. If it was the other way around, yeah, we can laugh. We have a right to. Tottenham have got a game in hand and they're 5 points ahead of us. Why are fans laughing at Tottenham? Why? There's no reason why. If Arsenal were like here and Tottenham and Man United here, yes, we can take the piss. But we have no right to make fun of these teams. We need to worry. This is what drives me. We need to worry about ourselves. Forget about it, just worry about ourselves. Relentless. Yes, my man. Hold on. I will add you to the stream. 1 second, because I do want to just bring this up as well. Good evening. Good evening, mate. Can you hear me?
What's going on? What's going on, Arsenal?
Yeah, I'm all right. There's a few bots in the chat, but Chris, do your work. Yeah, but I'm good. I don't know, mate. I'm just
Trust
just
me,
trying to
bro.
go on. What is that, Jack Grealish on your
Yeah,
picture?
Grealish FC, bro.
Yeah.
The English,
He,
the English Ronaldinho.
that man. Hold on a second. Let me just. That man, the way he just took the piss out of Bellerin on Saturday was.
Bro, it was a joke. If listen, I know Valentine's Day is coming up. Listen, if I'm Bellerin's missus, I'm leaving him. I'm leaving him immediately. Listen, Jack Grealish absolutely just killed this guy's career off in one game, bro. Listen, if I'm Hector Bellerin, I'm just gonna retire as soon as possible because the way he just killed, the way Jack Grealish just was disrespecting his like. I, I actually believe that none of the attackers in this league actually respect Hector Bellerin because they just think they just go up against him. It's kind of like Trent, like how everybody goes up against Trent and they just absolutely just skin him over and over and over again. Like Jack Grealish absolutely ended this guy's career. I don't like. I don't understand why this right back keeps on playing because I know Jack Grealish is a good player, but we were making it seem like Ronaldinho put the boots back on and he was just on the field playing football.
He's got no fear in that. He would walk into any team in the league, you
Uh,
know.
This guy's
He's,
doing ball rolls. He's got three players around him. He's leaving plays for dead. He's dribbling past plays. I'm like, it's this guy Ronaldinho. It's like the Ronaldinho just come out of retirement and get
and
a
he's
haircut,
gonna get better and better. I think. He's,
bro. I put him up here because I think if we get Jack Grealish, which he probably never will, if we get
no,
Jack Grealish, he would improve our team so much because if you look at him like at his stats, and you don't even need to look at the eye test. Like I like using the eye test, but you don't even have to look at the eye. Just look at what he does and just look at like the stats in terms of like created chance. He's first. If you look at all those categories, he's first, second, third. It's like he's dominating everybody, and he's playing in the team that's not even that great. And I know like some people will say, "Oh, he's just a big fish in a small pond." I actually think he's probably top five, top three footballers in the league right now.
so who's your top three in the league at the moment?
Top three at the moment on current form.
Mm.
Hmm. I can't really put any Liverpool plays in there. I don't really rate any of them anyway. I'll
So this,
probably say,
yeah.
hmm, very good question. I'll say I think Foden might even need to be in there. But if we're talking form, I think Foden has to be in there. I think Gundogan has to be in there.
Who? Phil
Um,
Foden.
yeah. Did you see his performance yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, Phil Foden, I think he's from Spain or I think he's Brazilian or something. Like he was just doing a matching. Listen,
Is
that
he?
guy,
Can you
he's
believe
so
it?
good. I think top three players right now.
Is he better than Saka?
Who Foden?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I mean, I think he is. I mean, he's playing in a better system, but a better manager. Of course, anybody can
Playing
look.
for better team.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just think he's slightly better than Saka, but I think Saka is not that far away from him. I think they play like kind of similar. They have similar styles and like the way they play. So yeah, I think those three. I'll go with those two because the way they've been playing this season, and the way how Gundogan has waited his chance to play for City, because City they got a packed midfield, so the players are always want to perform because they always want against the first team. And I think Gundogan always had this kind of talent of scoring goals and getting assists, and now people are starting to see it, and that's the Pep Guardiola system.
And that's the thing. Why can't we as fans demand to be near the top, looking at that table and think why we should, with this team, we shouldn't be. We're actually 11th at the moment because Leeds are beating Crystal Palace. Why can't we as fans be saying what? Why can't we challenge for a title?
Listen, the one thing that we all have to understand is that this is not the the club that we support.
Mhm.
I won't really say it's a football club. I've been saying this for like couple of years now. Like Arsenal, you have to understand is that we're not a football club anymore. I think we've gone away from being that classy traditional football club. We've we've gone away from that very, very badly. I think ever since we moved to the Emirates, a bit of complacency has come in. When we moved to the Emirates, we were one of the best teams in the world. Everybody's like, yeah, we'll move to this big stadium, and then you know we started buying some crap players, and we started losing like our mentality, and then that's what happens. It creeped into the fan base, and then you have a manager like Arsene Wenger who's saying, you know what, top four is it's a trophy, and just little things like that start to creep into the fan
Yeah.
base, and then it starts to lower the expectations. Like for example, I always use Chelsea as an example, and I know some people laugh at me sometimes, but how I always bang on about Chelsea. But what you have to realize that Chelsea were probably before 2003. Correct me if I'm wrong. Chelsea were probably like one of those teams that maybe creep into Europe every other year.
Yeah.
They
Yeah. They
weren't.
were
They weren't.
a mid-table team.
Yeah, they
Took
were. They
on.
were like they were basically like Leicester. Like they might qualify for Europe one season, and then they might finish 10th until someone who had actual passion and Abramovich. He wanted to win things. Like he wanted to win things. He wanted to make money off the club, and he said, I'm gonna buy this club. And then since then, this whole new generation of Chelsea fans, because a lot of my family members are actually Chelsea fans, and I like talking to them because they kind of I like Chelsea fans mindset because they look at because they're so spoiled and they win so many trophies, they're like, you know what? Like my cousin was telling me the other day, he's like, I like Lampard. He's giving me great memories, but at the same time, it's this football. It is a football club. It's not Lampard FC. It's not
What
Lampard FC. So
what does your may I ask, what do your family think about how we just hang on to Arteta? What do they say? They're Chelsea fans. What are they saying?
yeah, they think it's. I don't even think they think it's even funny anymore. I think they actually kind of like they kind of feel bad for me. You know what I mean?
Feel
Like,
sorry for us.
yeah, they feel sorry because like
Chelsea,
at
yeah,
first, yeah, like at first they were kind of like bantering me, saying, you know what, oh, you support the wrong team, blah blah blah. You should blame your dad for making you support Arsenal. I'm like, oh, shut up. He's like, oh, where's your Champions League? I'm like, you guys bought the Champions League, and I'm like, at the same time, like Arsenal fans say you bought the Champions League, but if we
mate.
can turn the tables, I would do it any day of the week. But
Exactly.
they actually,
Who
they
cares if we have to have a new manager every year? Why does that
yeah,
matter?
they
Why?
actually think like they actually think like the whole general kind of opinion on it is that Arsenal are not a top six club anymore. That's what they actually say. You know what? It's like obviously we love you and all that, but it's like your club is not a top six club anymore. And I think once they said that, I was like, yeah,
Let
it's
me just
not.
read Rob's comment because you're right. He says, I think we could end up 12th, to be honest. I'm sick of losing to teams like Villa, Wolves, etc. Not once, but twice this season. After these fans who say Arteta needs a full season, load of tosh. So, yeah, that kind of
Exactly.
connects
This
to
is
what you're saying.
the mindset is not correct in this football club. And obviously, if you want to back your manager, you can go ahead and back your manager. I have no problem with people who back Arteta, but when you back him to the point where you bury your head in the sand, that's when I have a problem with you because you can sit there and say, "Oh, it's good vibes," or trust the process and this, that, and the third. But what you have to realize is that we have not moved forward as a club, not 1 inch, yeah, since Emery left, since even Arsene Wenger left. And if you give Arsene Wenger or Unai Emery this team that we have now, this is arguably the best team we've had. Oh, in the not the Emirates ever, but I'll say in the past 5 years, 5 years, because
So what's, for you, in your opinion, I know Arteta's a lot to blame. What else is to blame for all this?
the ownership. I say Cronky, but I also want to say the board because the board are the ones who are making these decisions. Because the fact that you're going out and scouting, you actually came to the conclusion saying that William will add something to this team. This whole William situation, like buying old players and expecting them to come in motivated. Like, what does William have to prove at this point in his career? You know what I mean? What does he have to prove? He's already done everything that he wants to do. He's
He
just
looks like he looks like he's retired already.
yeah, he just wants to stay in London. That's all it is. It's not about football. It's not about the passion. It's not about it's all about the money. It's all about his restaurant that he has with his boyfriend David Luiz. That's all it is. It's a joke. There's no
It's,
passion in this club. That's the problem, and it
it's
comes
top.
from the fans. It comes from the fans.
And a lot of having, like you're saying, I was on someone's show the other, I think it was yesterday, and they were just so adamant that Arteta is the man, and they couldn't put a valid reason as to why. And they're saying he's going to be good, and I just, it's like talking to a brick wall, mate. Like people can't put logical reason because he's not even a legend. He's a panic buy, and he's thrown us out the FA Cup. We're losing to crap teams. He hasn't got a clue what he's doing, and there's no logical reason to keep him. And they just say Arteta's the man to do it, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's say you're on the in America we call it a highway. I don't know if you guys call it the highway over there. Like
Motorway, yeah,
yeah, the motorway, right? Let's say you're on the motorway, your car breaks down, and you go to the best. You guys call them mechanics, right? You
yeah,
go,
yeah, yeah.
you go to the best mechanic in the whole flipping. I almost said state. But let's say the whole city. You go to the best mechanic the whole city, and he has an assistant who's learning under him, but he's never ever repaired a car ever in his life. Writing down. He's just writing down tips and whatnot from the guy who knows his stuff. So You take your I don't know, it's a nice car. Let's say you take your Mercedes Benz or your Mercedes or your BMW, expensive nice car. You know what I mean? You take your nice car to the guy who's the best in the town, and he says, you know what? I don't want the guy who's the best in town. I want his assistant who's never fixed the car before. So you're taking that assistant to come and fix your brand new expensive car. He can easily make it worse. And that brand new expensive car is Arsenal. And we're letting a guy who's never managed a team before play around with the car. And he's messing it up day after day after day that he's here. You wouldn't let a rookie try to fix your car. So why would you let a rookie take over a massive football club like Arsenal? It doesn't make any sense. And he's making it
No,
worse.
nothing about Arsenal. That's a great analogy, mate. And
You wouldn't let a rookie fix your car because he make the shit worse. You know what I mean? Like people like one thing I don't understand about football fans. One last thing. One thing I don't understand about football fans that they come up with these scenarios that wouldn't make sense in real life. Like if you're at work if you're at work and the guy, let's say the guy that was in your position before you got sacked for doing the same stuff you're doing, but because you're new to the job and new to the position, you're gonna tell. What are you gonna tell your boss when you're failing at your job? You're gonna tell him to trust the process. Oh yeah, give me a couple more months. He's gonna tell you to fuck off and go. He's gonna fire you. Like I don't
we,
understand. Like people say, oh, give him more time, but in the real world, that doesn't make any sense.
so,
It
do you
doesn't
know
make any
over
sense.
there? Do you know Arsenal fans over there who believe in this Arteta process?
Oh yes, yes, I know a lot. And oh my god,
And what's
listen,
their reason? What do they say to you like when you've had a conversation with them?
obviously because of COVID, I haven't seen a whole lot of American like fans. But I remember
You
what
speak
game
on the
was it? Oh, what game is it? I went to a bar in Manhattan. I went to a bar in Manhattan full of Arsenal fans.
It's all closed, isn't it? All the bars.
Yeah, I mean it was like it wasn't like it was a bunch of people, but I went there and I was kind of chatting to a lot of it had like some Arsenal fans and it had like some Man United fans, but it was mostly like an Arsenal fan thing, and I was kind of like chatting to these guys, and I realized that a lot of American Arsenal fans kind of see Arsenal in a different way. Not all of them, but a decent amount of Arsenal fans from America see it in a different way because you know a lot of English fans say, "Oh, Americans don't know this stuff. They don't know football. They don't know this, that, and third." But a lot of them actually know what they're saying, and a lot of them are actually saying, "You know what? Arteta might not be good for the job." But there's actually a lot of it's kind of like a split. It's kind of like a 50-50. A lot of them are Arteta in, a lot of them are Arteta out. But the ones that are in Arteta like in, I ask them a simple question. I say, you know what? You can be Arteta in, that's fine. But do you see us winning anything significant under this manager ever again? And it's like they can't give me a straight answer. So it's like basically you're just trusting the process because it's fashionable and it can get you a couple retweets. That's basically what you're doing. Because there's no end goal in what you're doing. So the main problem is the fan base. Because the fan base, if we make enough noise, it will echo to the people up top, and they'll be like, "Oh shit, we made a wrong decision." But listen, on Twitter, there's Arteta out people. On Twitter, there's Arteta in. But if you really look online and on social media, if you really look online, um, on social media, the general opinion is that Arteta is a positive to this football club, and that's my huge problem. That's my issue I have with Cox. The fan base, they're not serious enough. If this was Chelsea, listen, if this was Chelsea, they,
They
they,
sacked their best
yeah,
manager, their best player.
yeah, if this
Yeah,
was Chelsea, listen, Alex, if this was Chelsea, they would have sacked him after the FA Cup because we still finished eighth. Fact, 100%.
there's nothing. The thing is, as an Arsenal fan, mate, there's nothing to look forward to, is there? I mean,
Yeah,
what is
it's nothing. I mean, it's a game on Valentine's Day. Like that's my Valentine's Day ruins. Like, come on, man. Like, and we play
mate?
Leeds. Is
But you have to get up, stoop like the game on Saturday. What time did you have to get up?
on Saturday.
Did you get
Well,
up?
I missed like the first 30, 20 minutes. So what was that? What was that?
Well, that's probably a good thing.
Maybe.
It was a 12:30 kickoff.
Oh yeah, I had to wake up early. Like what, eight, seven, eight,
Seven.
seven.
Yeah. Let me just read a couple of comments out, mate. Rob says, under this ownership, no elite manager will come anywhere near us. Arteta was the yes man the board were crying out for. What do you think of that, mate? Like,
That's true. I mean, we were looking for Mourinho, but once Mourinho found out like the structure of the football club, he's like, "No, you guys aren't serious." So that's why it never went through.
and has Aubameyang become the next Ozil? Yes or no? I'm undecided yet. He ain't the player he was, is he?
Yeah, he's not.
He. I think this is another thing. This manager has made every single player regress. Every single one. Think about
The,
it.
the
I
only
saw even Saka was better under Emery. Tierney, I don't know, he's great, yeah, but he's been in it. There's just nobody that he's just made amazing. He hasn't taken anyone under his wing and made them world beaters.
you know what? I feel bad for. I kind of feel for the new players that we've gotten. You know, it's kind of like I feel bad for Parsley because I was watching an interview with him that came out recently. I was kind of watching a transcript and he was saying how Arteta, I'm learning from Arteta and I'm learning this and
Which player?
Partey. He's like, I'm
Yeah,
learning from Arteta and I'm sorry, like all this PR bullshit that keeps on coming out, it's coming out here and there. If Partey generally in his mind believes that Arteta has helped him become a better footballer, he might be stupid. Like if you actually think this manager has helped you become a better footballer, bro, it's all PR. They're all coming out with PR nonsense. It's all nonsense. Just like when we signed on Odegaard, and they kept on asking him about the phone call you had with Arteta, the phone call. They want to push that agenda on the fans and say, you know what, Odegaard is the reason why. Arteta is the reason why. How come it can't just be Odegaard just didn't want to go back to Sociedad? How come it can't just be that? Why does it have to be Arteta? Arteta couldn't convince he couldn't
they,
convince a flipping stripper to give him a lap dance, bro.
a
You
lot of these players
bro,
probably didn't even hear of him. You
bro,
know, they
he
don't know
doesn't
who
even know
he is.
who Arteta is. If you're not an Everton fan or Arsenal, you don't know who Arteta is. Come on, he didn't convince him to do shit.
And then I think
All
talk about
PR,
it.
bro.
Rob says a great point. I thought Arteta was supposed to be getting rid of the holiday camp mentality. It seems to be creeping back in.
Yep, because you got plays like Hector Bellerin.
Granit Xhaka, Rob
Yeah.
Holding. Rob Holding is not good enough. Who do you think is good enough? Like for Arsenal, who would you keep? Like if you could keep, if you were the manager.
Listen,
Um,
this plays that I like, and then this plays that like I like good enough. Like off the bat, I don't even think we need to debate. There's plays that are like not even debatable that should be staying. Saka, I think Saka's good enough, clear of everybody. I think Tierney's good enough, future captain. Um, Partey, obviously. Who else?
I feel
Oh
that
God.
that man's never been injured, and he bloody gets injured all these times.
Yeah, Partey's been injured 4 times in 4 years in the first team at Atletico. He's only injured like once, and he's been injured. So clearly, he's coming in and he's just basically running just to run, and there's no real plan. That's how I look at it. It's no coincidence somebody gets injured. Who else is good enough? I like Ainsley, but Ainsley to start week in and week out, I don't think he's good enough. I like people like Reese Nelson, but I think the way this club has like mismanaged people like Reese Nelson and Joe Willock, they're not really gonna amount to anything special. I think, but in terms of players that I think are good enough to stay, there's not a whole lot of players. Not a whole lot of players. Actually, I'm a big fan of Lacazette, and I feel like if Lacazette plays to his full potential, I feel like he can actually be like one of the best strikers. But not under this manager, not not at this club. I feel like his time is up. And this only a couple of players that can play for this football club. Only a couple. It's not a lot. Guendouzi, Saliba. I mean, I only named about five. I think Pepe, if he gets confidence back, and he
Look at
actually,
Salah smashing it in his club now.
I knew he was going to do it. It's just
Mistakes
that
that
Arteta doesn't fancy him. He likes other players over him. That's all it is, man.
We could have had him next to Gabriel, and if you have to play holding, he's there, and you could Pablo Mari. I kind of like the look of him, but for for two different reasons, apparently he's not playing. One is the £1 million release clause, and the other is a mystery calf injury. So I
Yeah,
don't know what to believe in regarding Mari.
yeah. And I said this on another stream, another podcast with Brand AFC. I'm not. Have you heard of him? Like he
Yeah,
was on
yeah,
League.
yeah.
I said this one thing. I said that Valentine's Day game. If we lose that, and if you look at how many teams are above us and how many teams, not even teams that are above us, teams that have games in hand. Yeah. If we lose that game, yeah, and we don't get 3 points, this season has officially died. It's season is officially done. If we lose that game, yeah, this season is finished. It's finished. Say goodbye to Europa. Say goodbye to because even if we beat Benfica, we're not making
Yeah.
it far. We're not making it far. I'll be honest. We
I just
we are
looking
not
at
making it far.
I'm just looking at the table, and if we say for the worst case scenario, everyone wins their games in hands, we'd be sort
Bro,
of hovering
we're done
around
out here.
13th.
We're done out here. What the most we can get is top 10. Say goodbye to Europe. Say goodbye to European money. Say goodbye to attracting a decent level of players. This football club, this next game, and I know it might sound like I'm being over the top or being dramatic, but this next game, if we lose this game, this game could possibly affect us for the next couple of years because this I don't think this club is going to sack Arteta, and I think a lot of teams that have games in hand, they're going to get the upper hand on us. But just gonna make us it's just gonna make our job so much like look at West Ham. West Ham are sixth with a worse manager and a worse team.
It's unbelievable. And David Moyes has had COVID twice.
COVID
Twice. He's
twice,
had the
twice.
disease, and he's an older man. Let's
Unbelievable.
and Rob also says another point. No one has mentioned the medical staff, yet they need sacking over how we are training the players. True, with
100
Partey.
100%.
And Highbury Gamer, big up yourself. I don't agree with what you're saying. You watch too much Flea. 5-year plan of ups and downs. It's all right. You can have your opinion, but in
Yeah,
five
ups
years,
and downs. Ups and downs doesn't mean bottom half of the table. Ups and downs
yeah,
means losing like it doesn't mean losing every other game like your mid-table team. Ups and
exactly.
downs means you're finishing in the top six with all the other top six clubs. Yeah, you're losing about maybe at most 8, 10 games a season. Yeah, and you're making it far in Europe. Ups and downs means losing 8 to 10 games a season. Yeah, not 15 games into the season and you're already in the relegation zone. That's not up and downs. That's you being a shit
Losing.
manager.
I just look at that table. If you're still there, Highbury Gamer, we've lost more than we've won. We are losing. We're not just losing. Some games we're just getting absolutely battered, and it's just if you're talking like this, by the time this is all sorted, we'll be in the Championship or League One. We'll be
Yeah, but
gone.
it'll be ups
We
and
can't
downs.
be waiting any longer.
Be
I've
playing.
waited
We be
15 years for a title. I don't want to
yeah,
wait any longer.
we'll be playing in the National League with flipping Bolton Wanderers and flipping the under 23s team and whatnot. Cause bro, it's sad, man.
And then people, there's a lot of people like the Highbury game. They like Arteta, and if you want to, that's up to you. But none of them come up with a logical reason as to why.
Listen, the only
That
reason
for
why
me, it's not a logical reason.
the only reason why people like Arteta is because he's got good hair and he knows how to dress and he's handsome. Only reason why people rate him
So
because
it
you don't
must be.
because you don't rate him based on managerial ability because that's not a good enough excuse to like him because he's crap at that.
Going back to with the car mechanic, that is really like I don't blame Arteta for taking this job.
Of
No,
course not.
that I don't.
He's
Because
getting
I
paid
would do
2 million a
the
year.
same. No, for six, of course. But what I do blame is just he should realise shit. I took this job, but I'm not ready for it. It's just mad.
Bro, he's
And
ready for the 6 million a year. That's what he's ready for.
he's got, maybe the man's also he's got to think is with his damage record, how poorly he's doing with Arsenal, is what he's got to affect for his next job he gets. It's going to be harder for him to get because there's poor continuous results at Arsenal and how we've completely regressed under this manager. And if he does, and whenever he does get sacked or he moves on, it's going to be harder for him to get his next job.
And
So
and, and,
that's
and
up to him. But
the whole worrying part about it is that a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, he needs to get backed. He needs to get backed." Now that we've gotten Odegaard,
he is being backed.
now that
So
we've now that we've gotten Partey,
yeah,
Gabriel, Odegaard, he's gotten that holding midfield that we've always been wanting for years. We've
yeah,
got an attacking mid who is a very, very good footballer, but I don't think he's going to do anything in the Prem, but he's a very good footballer, yeah? So he's been backed. He's been
yeah.
back.
Matt
What,
Ryan, there's another one.
what else does he need right now? In your opinion, what else does Arteta need right now? Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
And we're
He needs to
still
leave.
losing. We're still losing.
He's
So
not. He's not doing
people,
anything different. He's
no,
playing. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
a lot of people don't understand football. That's the problem. A lot of Arsenal fans don't understand football because they
Mm,
think that we're gonna go from playing this wonderful this Brexit football, whatever people call it, this dead football, and all of a sudden play nice, pretty patterns of football. It can't work like that. The play he does not have that in him, Arteta. He's not gonna all of a sudden change it around. So what I'm saying is that if you want to give him the rest of the season, all right, cool. But we cannot go into the next season with this manager. No way.
this
Even
that's
though
because he's.
even though
It,
there's bigger problems than him, even though there's
yeah.
bigger problems like up top and there's bigger problems than him, we cannot go into a new season with Arteta. It can't happen because we will continue to fall as a football club.
Well, let me just read Rob's comments out because it again links to what you're saying. It's obvious Arteta can't manage his players. Come on, Arsenal, wake up and smell the coffee. Get rid. How that man can be so arrogant beggars belief. Yeah, and another thing, he doesn't admit to when he's made mistakes. I kind of would have liked because when you listen to him and say, "Oh, sorry, yeah," that's what I like. If he could admit that he's doing things wrong and he could, and maybe sorry to the fans when we're getting smashed and losing all.
Yeah,
He just doesn't care.
yeah, but Alex, yeah, I mean, he does admit to when he does do something wrong. Sometimes in press conferences, he does admit and say he does something wrong. What my problem is that he does that, but he still makes the same mistakes.
Right.
So what's the whole point? You might as well just not say anything. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's ridiculous.
When he started, he was saying all the right things, and it's just I just don't know what's happened.
And
Like,
there's no coincidence that when the manager's under pressure, maybe not by the board, but under pressure as in like he knows that he's not doing well. His press conferences, he starts chatting shit because he knows he's out of his depth. All managers, like even Pochettino, when he wasn't getting results, they all have you noticed all managers they start talking when the team's doing well and they're hitting all their targets. The press conferences are flawless. Same thing with Arsene Wenger. All of a sudden, the results start going to shit. The press conferences start going to shit because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing, and that's why all of a sudden he's chatting crap in his press conferences. Because now when it gets tough, it was all well and nice beating City and beating Liverpool and winning the FA Cup and the Community Shield. But now when stuff isn't going your way, how do you react? How do you react? How will Klopp react? How will Pep react? How will Pochettino react? How will Arteta has already reacted, and his reaction wasn't even good. It's not good enough because he
another
doesn't have the experience to come back from stuff.
what drives me insane as well is any other club in the media, he would be questioned. But for some dumb reason, the media have a love for Arteta for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
because he's foreign
And
and
for someone else, they'd be bashing him.
yeah,
And
100%.
it just does not make sense.
You know, I was on uh what's his name League on the stream with Turkish, and he mentioned like the banner like in the stadium and how it said Arteta's the best looking Spaniard I know and blah blah blah. Like they had like a whole banner um in the Emirates Stadium one of these games like, and it just goes to show like the fan base like the mindset isn't on the football club. It's about getting likes, getting retweets, coming out with controversial statements to get a bit of traction on the Twitter account. It's not for the better of the football club. I mean, I look at like I don't want to call out some people from AFT, but you look at DT. Like this is a guy who said Wenger out for years and years and years. There's no way in hell that this guy who's seen Wenger, who's been wanting Wenger out for years and years, all of a sudden is happy with Arteta. There's no way. He is doing
No,
it. He's doing it to play to the masses because he knows that it can build his brand even more if he licks Arteta's ass. I refuse to believe that that guy actually thinks Arteta is good enough. He is doing it because it will get him views and get him and retweets. That's it.
and he knows he has an influence, but at the
Of
end of
course.
the day, that's his.
No way.
He's no way. That doesn't. You're right. Why would you push Wenger out so much? He did way more for this club. I don't. I can't stand Wenger, but
Yeah.
he did way more for this club than what I'll take. You cannot
Arteta
go
whatever.
from that extreme to that for Arteta. That yeah, you're right. That doesn't make
And he
sense.
wanted Emery out as well, who was a better manager. So he's doing it because a lot of these teenagers and a lot of these Ozil fanboys and Arteta fanboys, they all want to hop on a wave. I call Arsenal fans surfers. They're all surfers. They all like hop on a wave. You know what I mean? If it gets them a couple retweets or some likes, then they're all right. It's
Can't
not about
stand. Why?
it's,
Why should what? Why looking? However, why should we have a 5 year plan? It should be now plan.
it's
Okay, we
not
should have a
5 years.
set plan as to get us back to the top ASAP.
You, one thing
This man had 4 transfer windows in the summer. How many do we give him? He's got all his players. He's signing up the players he wants. He's re-signing the players he wants. How long do we give this man? He's
and
panicking now. That is why he's talking bollocks. We lose, and he says we were the better team. Blah blah blah. I'm fed up
of
with it.
course.
Exactly.
Even look at Mourinho. Even now, his press conference, he's chatting shit in his press conference now because he don't know what he's doing. All managers do it. They're panicking, they're freaking out, and that's just how it is. Management is all about adapting. You know what I mean. If you don't adapt to the new situation or the new
Surround.
situation you find yourself in, like this, even Man United under those 25 years, the first couple of years wasn't rosy. It wasn't rosy under Sir Alex
He
Ferguson.
was best at adapting.
Yeah, and you don't stay in a job for 5 years, win a couple Champions Leagues, win 13 Premier Leagues and whatnot if you didn't adapt, because football changes, and that's the
Yeah.
problem I have with Arsene Wenger, and this is why I'll never ever compare him to someone like Sir Alex Ferguson, because Sir Alex
Yeah.
Ferguson adapt and he kept on winning, kept on challenging. He was in and around. Even the years he wasn't even winning the title, he was still finishing second, third. You know what I mean? Still making it far in the Champions League. And that's what we need to become. And I understand like what Highbury Gamer is saying, oh, 5 year plan, 5 year plan. Listen, the best people, the most successful people in this world don't have a 5 year plan. We wanna know why? Because they focus on what they do today and what they're gonna do tomorrow. Because you can build. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a 5 year plan. You should have a 5 year plan. That's cool. But I'm saying, yeah, that you should have a plan for what you're gonna do today. If Arsenal should have a plan of what they're gonna do this summer, not what they're gonna do five in 2025. They should have a plan of what they're gonna do this summer. They should be having plans tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'm gonna call up this agent and see if this player is available, or see if this club wants this player. Because when the transfer window opens, I don't understand what goes on. It's like they're panicking to do everything. If there's this separate departments in a football club, there's a department that focuses on training the players and whatnot. There's a department that focuses on buying players, negotiating players. It just seems like everybody's working in the same department, and then once the transfer window comes, everybody's panicking. Like other teams, like Chelsea, they sign Pulisic, and the next season Pulisic comes because that's what they do. Chelsea, they sign players during the off season, where it's
Chelsea.
a bit less hectic. You know what I
Uh,
mean? And they're able to negotiate properly, and there's no rush. That's how they get a lot of these deals over the line. That's what a lot of these teams do. That's why we can't negotiate. That's why we had to pay in a buyout clause, and we couldn't negotiate for a war
we
because when you
don't
pay
pre-negotiate. Yeah, you're right. Chelsea 6 months before they sign the players comes, they've signed him.
100%,
Why can't we do that?
100%. When
You know.
Pulisic was playing at Dortmund, he already knew he was going to Chelsea.
And
He's like,
then
yeah, he's like,
Hakim
I'm going.
Ziyech, was it another one? Hakim
Yeah,
Ziyech?
They told Saich, you know what? January, we're not gonna come for you. We're gonna come for you next summer. So in February, I think they had that deal wrapped up in February or March or whatever. And they say, you know what? We're not gonna. I know January is gonna be a bit hectic for you, so we'll negotiate it in February. And nobody knew he was going to Chelsea. We were actually the favorites to sign him the summer before. Nobody was expecting him to go to Chelsea.
I remember I blew my top when I did a video. I like that.
That whole deal really pissed
This
me off
deal.
because we had the opportunity to sign him, and it's not even like he was just like one of these other players. This guy has so much potential, and he wanted to play for Arsenal. That's what people are not understanding. He
And you
wanted
know
to
what I love,
come for us.
you know what I love about Chelsea? I hate to say this, but they take a risk, and most of the time it pays off.
Of
Sacking
course,
Lampard, yes, it was a risk, but it's probably going to pay off because Tuchel, I know it's early days, but he's looking like he's getting them ticking. It's a risk, of course, to sack someone, but if you don't take a risk, you ain't going to find out.
and yeah, and my Chelsea friend, my cousin, yeah, who's a Chelsea fan, he said let me tell you something. He said this Tuchel, he didn't really want Tuchel, but he said he's a decent manager. But he said, yeah, he said one thing that kind of stuck with me. He said the time that Tuchel came in Arsenal, I think we were actually either 1 point ahead of them or they were 1 point ahead of us, either one. And he said by the end of the season, the gap between us is going to be a joke. He said we're going to be, and he said it with his chest because he knew that we were not going to sack Arteta anytime soon. And he said, watch the gap between us. It's going to be double digits. It's going to be embarrassing. If you look at the first game Thomas Tuchel ever played with Chelsea, he's only been in the country. He hasn't even been in the country for I think even 24 hours. The way they were passing around that ball, you need to tell me in 24 hours, this guy's already even though the game was already 0-0, they passed the ball. I think they completed more passes, yeah, in Premier League history in since like 2003 or something ridiculous like that. So Arteta's been here for a year, and we can't even do the bare minimum. And Thomas Tuchel, yeah, I know he's a better manager, but he hasn't even been in the job for 24 hours. He probably hasn't even met all of the coaching staff. He probably hasn't even met all of the players, and he already has a system that you can clearly see in the first couple of minutes of his first ever game. And we're sitting here after a year and some change, with Arteta saying, "Trust the process." It's been a whole fucking year. We don't have a style of play. How
Longer,
is
we don't
that
have any
possible?
time.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
And and what I hate is the fan base. Our base is so split. You've got Chelsea fans. They all have this. They sing on the same hymn sheet. They demand success. They
And,
didn't care that Frank Lampard was their greatest ever player.
I mean, to
They
be
want
to be fair, there was a couple fans that were like that went back in the future because of Lampard and because of Lampard, and that's why I say this is why I say I don't want a legend in charge of Arsenal because there's a lot of sentiment and there's a lot of memories. Like if listen, Thierry Henry, yeah, is so good at football and he was so talented. Like this is why a lot of these good football players. Same thing, but over here in America with a lot of basketball players, you never ever see LeBron or Kobe become a coach because sometimes when you're so good at something, it's kind of hard to teach it. So you get what I'm saying?
you're right. In
So
NBA, you don't have a
yeah,
one. Yeah, like a
like a
Michael
lot of the
Jordan.
coaches that in the NBA, they were college players. They didn't really make it professionally, so they see it from a different view. You can't tell Michael Jordan to go coach, the Lakers. They're finished bottom of the table because he's because sometimes when you're so good at something, it's kind of like it's hard to teach it because you're so gifted at it. Like you never
True.
ever see Messi or Ronaldo become a coach. Never.
Look at Klopp and Pep. They weren't the best players, and
So I
look at
respect Thierry Henry. I'm a part of like the younger generation. So the only time I was really able to see Thierry Henry play was like when he came back against Leeds, and when he played for the New York Red Bulls in
12.
the yeah, in the when he played in the MLS. That's like kind of the only time I really saw Henry. And even back then, he still had some kind of talent. But I wouldn't really want you see like players like Patrick Vieira and or who's been sacked and Henry. Like I wouldn't want them because when stuff starts going bad, they say, "Oh, but it's Thierry Henry. Oh, but it's Vieira. Oh, look what he done for the club. Oh, we can't say Henry out. Oh, that's disrespectful." Because if people are doing that for Arteta, who I said on the last stream is nothing but the only thing he had as a footballer was a good touch. That's the only thing he had as a footballer. A good touch. That's it. I'm telling you, he was like Mark Noble, the Spanish Mark Noble. I said it. If people are backing Arteta, who's done nothing for this football club, imagine what they would do if we had someone like Vieira or
Oh,
Thierry
no, he'd
Henry.
be
They would,
unsackable.
yeah, he'd be
Never.
unstoppable. He can like bang out somebody's mom and they still want him in. Come on, like bro, it's mad,
Talking
bro.
about, like Rob says, like the man says, we will struggle to sign any decent players in the summer who will want to join. Who will want to join us now with no Europe and Arteta as manager?
But these
That's
smaller teams are loving life. They're loving life. When they come against Arsenal, they're loving life. Like last year, James Ward-Prowse. He was
big
he
up
was
to
on
him.
Instagram. He was on Instagram Live. James Ward-Prowse,
Yeah,
making fun of Arsenal. He's like, yeah, you should have won that game. Oh, it's Arsenal. What? What do you mean it's just Arsenal? What? One of the biggest clubs in the world. You got a Southampton player taking the piss out of us, saying, "Oh, we should have went there and won." Everybody in the dressing room was still. Everybody was punching the air in the dressing room. The fact that we drew 2-2. I don't know if you remember that game. It was one of the Emery's
which
last games. Yeah, it was 2-2, and I think we came back like in the extra time, like with like I said, scored or something like that. And he didn't even celebrate. And I think James Ward-Prowse went on Instagram Live like a couple of days later. And it was like, "Yo, we should have won that." He was like, "He's
I
he's."
didn't see that. No, I didn't know.
It's his son like that. I don't know if it was James Ward. It was one of the Southampton players, and somebody in the comments was like, "Oh, it's only Arsenal. We should have won." And he was like, "Oh yeah." I was like no team respects us. So people say, "Oh, we can get Jack Grealish. We can get Jack Grealish." Listen, this is a new era. This is not the Arsenal of old. Jack Grealish probably doesn't respect Arsenal. He probably likes some of the players that play here, but
He
he's
was
probably saying he's like,
pissed at Bellerin, and he
yeah,
just
he's like,
said
bro,
it
like
was
he beat.
hilarious.
Like you gotta look at it from these players' point of view. He's looking at Arsenal saying, you know what, we we betted them 3 times in a row. Like, is it really like, yeah, it'll be better for his brand because we're a bigger club, but in reality, like, what's the difference between us and Villa? He's not gonna come for what? No players in the league respect us.
We exactly, and Bellerin doesn't pick himself. Xhaka doesn't pick himself. Holding doesn't pick himself. Louise, the manager picks them. He chooses to make Hector Bellerin the captain. Where's the logic in that? For me, like, I just don't get that.
And the thing is that like I can roast Hector Bellerin all I want and call him, Hector Ballerina and Hector Hecky B and Hecky this and Hecky that. But listen, on all jokes aside, if you look and analyze Hector Bellerin's game, you quickly notice that this guy, as a fullback, a modern day fullback, he doesn't have any strengths. He doesn't have any strengths. You look at Wan-Bissaka, one thing he's good at, even though his positioning is a bit suspect, one thing he's very good at is recovery pace and his tackling. If you look at
Yeah,
Trent, yeah, if you look at Trent, he's shit defensively, but going forward, he's one of the best in the world. If you look at someone like Kyle Walker, he's a bit suspect defensively, but he's better defensively than Trent, and he can also attack.
there
As a
is no.
fullback,
Yeah, talking about that, I know what you're saying, but there is no reason why has Ainsley Maitland-Niles gone to West Brom and not Bellerin.
people are saying because he has an attitude problem. That's what people are saying, like which is nonsense
Good.
because
He wants to win. He wants to play. You know what I mean?
yeah,
He. I like him, and he. I was gutted when he left. I like Maitland. He can do a job. He's solid. He holds his position. He's a better defender than Bellerin. He holds his position better. He can cross better than Bellerin. He's tougher in the challenge. blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
like this whole attitude nonsense that a lot of Arsenal fans are using to defend Arteta, saying that Ainsley's not ready. Oh, Ainsley has attitude problems, bro. Ian Wright had attitude problems.
That's good.
Ian Wright had attitude problems, but you wouldn't want Ian Wright out. You know what I mean? Van Nistelrooy had attitude problems. Him and freaking one of his teammates were freaking trading punches in the freaking dressing room. He had attitude problems, but best believe when the weekend came up, he was dropping a 10 out of 10 performance. Eden
Um,
Hazard had attitude problems. Henri had attitude problems, but they'll back it up. That's the whole point of a footballer. You want a footballer who has attitude problems because he wants
exactly.
to win.
Let me just read this comment by Rob. I want to add someone else to the stream. Is that all right,
Yeah, yeah.
Relentless? Leeds are absolutely taking the mick against Palace. I am very worried about Sunderland. Someone called Elmaj. Hello there. Hello. Hello. Hi, Elmaj. Sorry, I can't pronounce your surname. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Relentless. Can you hear me? Not me.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't think he can hear you. Or
Yeah. Well, I'll keep him. I'll keep him here. Um, Elmaj. Yeah. And Stephen wants to join. Remember Stephen?
yeah, Steven Feely. Yeah, I think he actually follows me on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm just going to add him as well. Elmaj? Elmaj? Stephen. How are
Yeah,
you, mate?
I can hear him.
Not bad, you.
Hello? I've got someone here called Elmaj. He's just typing away. Oh, he's gone. Um,
I,
people want to jump on and they
I don't
just,
know what I don't know what that noise was, but Jesus.
it didn't sound, it sounded a
Yeah,
bit dodgy.
yeah. So he's not going out real quick, bro.
He's typing to
Steve,
Arteta and he's better about his new tactics.
maybe it's Arteta trying to get in and just
It's like,
destroy.
yeah, it's so crap about me, bro.
How you doing, Stephen? Like,
Yeah,
you
not
just
too bad.
stream, haven't you?
Yeah, man, I'm not too bad.
Tired, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, tired because of Arsenal, or that's one of the. You still recover? You still recovering from Saturday?
do you know what I did? Do you know Sarcasm City TV?
Say that again.
Do you know Sarcasm City TV?
No, no.
Nah, you should go check it out because I was on their sports Q&A last night. Right, and
Oh,
one comment came up. It was this guy. He said he woke up in Los Angeles, right? Woke up late, tried to find an Arsenal stream. By the time he found a decent Arsenal stream, they were already 1-0 down. Already picking the ball up.
we're Banter FC worldwide.
Yeah, man. We're the answer to world peace. We bring the whole community together.
Rob here makes a great point. If we lose to Leeds and Benfica and get thrashed by City, if Arteta is still manager, protests need to take place. That's
But we're
that's
gonna
that's
but we're gonna be
They've
outside his door, bro. We're gonna be outside his door like midnight. You remember when midnight was outside his door? We're gonna be banging on his door like, yo, what's going on?
well, they've said right. Even at the Everton game, they were saying they were sticking with him. At that point,
say, say that again. Sorry, Stephen.
they said back in when we lost before they lost to Everton, they were sticking by Arteta despite the results.
If they're sticking by him at 14th, then at the moment it's nothing. Like, so what for 11th or 12th?
I
Who
know.
cares? That's
But then again,
what
it's like if we're no,
does he
but like I said, if we're not getting top four, I don't give a fuck. I don't crap. I don't give a crap about anything else. Right? I don't want to be in Europe. I don't want to be playing Thursday nights. Right? I have infusions on Thursdays. I don't want to be doing watch-alongs afterwards.
Your health is far more important than bloody Arsenal. Yeah,
We've
hey
already.
lad,
I've got a mate of mine that said. A mate of mine has already said like Arsenal are causing my health problems.
mate, it's to all of us. It's affected like what different health, and it just makes it worse, doesn't it? Like, what is there, Stephen? What is there to look forward to as an Arsenal fan? Please tell me, please.
But
Something.
the only thing to look forward to is
Somebody.
well, guys, the only thing to look forward to in the Arsenal game to see what new jacket Arteta comes out with.
Say that again. Sorry.
The only thing I look forward to is seeing what new product jacket Arteta comes out with. That's the only thing I look forward to. Only thing, bro. I don't look
Yes,
forward to the football, the results, the players. Everything's just dead. Everything's dead at this football club, man.
we are, as Chris says, big up the panel. We are Deadpool FC. Are you? Is that Liverpool or
Yeah,
Arsenal?
Liverpool.
Well, we're Deadpool. We're just sorry, we can't banter with
But
you.
I'd rather be Liverpool
Oh
than us
yeah,
right now. Flipping hell, I'd rather be Liverpool now.
Hey, Chris, how do you feel after the City game? Depressed.
But Liverpool got
At least
back.
you won the league and you won the Champions League in the last 2
Liverpool
years.
got hammered. I can't lie.
yeah.
They
I
got
mean, like Chris, like you're saying you're depressed. Look at us. We've done 16 years of depression.
I'm trying to look for something for us to cling on to. I can't.
I've come to
We're done out
accept.
here.
I come to accept we bring the football community together in peace.
And then it's just like I don't. You're right. If he's not getting even questioned now by the media, he's never going to get sacked, is he?
No, I'm sorry. Like Alex Scott was saying during, I think it was final score or something. I literally just switched off final score as soon as I heard it. She said there was improvements, and I'm like, what the fuck are you watching?
She's
What?
not the only one. A lot of saying this.
I'm like, what are you watching? There's no ideas. There's no intensity. There's no fucking You've got Pepe. You've got Saka. You've got Martinelli. You've got
Aubameyang.
Aubameyang. You've got Lacazette. You can't pick out through Aston Villa. You can't get past Aston Villa. I'm sorry, it's not good enough.
Well, I mean,
It's not good enough.
Alex Scott, she's supposed to say that. I mean, she's getting paid by Arsenal, right?
Yeah,
Supposed
she's at
to say that.
Arsenal.
It's all about PR, so we gotta keep the PR.
She's got to keep her place in the
Yeah.
Arsenal executive box.
She's trying to get invited to an exclusive dinner or something. She actually has to say that.
And because she's an Arsenal. Well, she's probably an ambassador.
She probably don't even support us. So she probably just pay for us. She probably doesn't even support us.
Elman.
Oh, she does. No, she does. She does.
All right. That's the typewriter guy or something else. Chris Paul. I can add him, can't I?
Yeah.
Chris, good evening. How are you?
Not good.
How you don't? You sound a bit down. You're a
After
Liverpool
you get
fan, are you?
Yeah.
He's gonna be
Chris, don't come to me with your depression, man. Seriously. Like, don't
Steven,
come to
with the new Arsenal.
No. Don't. When you're 10th, then you can stop being depressed.
Who's more depressed, Liverpool fans or Arsenal fans?
You won a Champions League in the
I think
last 2 years. What have we won?
You know what? I think Liverpool fans are actually more depressed because their expectations are actually way higher than ours. Yeah. So I think they're more disappointed than we are because a lot of Arsenal fans are probably a lot of Arsenal fans are sucking off Arteta right now. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the real Arsenal fans like the real Arsenal fans like myself and Alex, or you probably yourself. I think you're Arteta out as well.
Relentless, yeah.
Yeah, you want your standards to be winning titles.
Exactly.
Right. Not accepting.
Yeah, but the real ones
not getting Odegaard as like a training session for Real Madrid, right? As a feeder club, you want to be like challenging for titles and Champions Leagues and stuff like that, right? Bit like what Liverpool are doing, right? You don't want to be sitting in 10th with a dead manager, with dead tactics, with
I
dead
think we're
lineups.
11th right now. We might be 11th. Are we 11th?
I said all the way through that one. I said until he shows me against a good team that he tactically changed, right, and he hasn't just changed the lineup because that's all he's changed so far. I said to him, that's all they've done is change the lineup, right? That's the only thing he's done. And they're all like, no, he's managed to be more creative, create more chances, this or that. You're being negative. Go support Spurs. No. Right? Play Aston Villa. Look what happened. 2 minutes in, bang, and that's it. We can't do anything.
You want what's best for our club.
And I said, what did I just say?
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Chris.
He's
Yeah.
burnt out. He's burnt out Smith Rowe, and he doesn't
yeah.
play Odegaard. Why didn't he play Odegaard? Smith Rowe
What
was dead
happened
from
to
the last
Martinelli?
game.
Martinelli's regressed. Everyone has regressed under this manager. Everyone. Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe. He like you said, he's burning him out. Tierney. What's he's up? I don't. I know he's great, but who has he made better? Like who? I can't.
I will say Saka, Smith Rowe is like come out of nowhere, so I'll give him that.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
not.
if you put,
No.
if you put a
Says,
left-footed winger on the right, I mean, he might. There's a high chance he might score a bit more goals. I'm gonna say that. Like if you put Leroy Sané on the right, I mean, obviously he's gonna score a lot more goals. That's just how I look at it.
and yet some people think we're going to get Grealish in the summer.
I
What?
wish. Oh my god, I wish we got Grealish.
Yeah,
What?
that's like me wishing I'm going to have my health back in next week. Ain't going to happen.
Yeah, he's an Aston Villa fan. He's not an Arsenal fan. So why the hell would he want to come to us?
Yeah, especially if they've got Champions League football.
And Aston Villa,
they're going to get Europa League football. We're going to get nothing. And you really think Jack Grealish is going to leave for a club that's got no Europa League football against a club that is his boyhood club with European football? Not to mention as well, right? The only reason he would go is go to a team like Man United who've got Champions League football and a chance of winning the title.
And they're
Not
paying
just
him
money.
they've got
but they've got the chance of winning the title.
They pay him a shitload of money as well.
Yeah, but they've got that title charge. You've seen it this season. They just need a couple more additions, and they'll go challenging for that title next year. Guaranteed.
They just need a bit more vibes, and I think they
No, because what happens is Sancho is digressed. He's regressed, right? So that price has come down.
And
right? But Dortmund should have took that money last summer.
Man United, yeah, next season they'll be there or thereabouts. And where are we going to be next season?
We'll be chilling around relegation. We'll be chilling around relegation with flipping Norwich City. Norwich City will probably come up. We'll be chilling around with them in relegation.
I just don't see a way out of this. That's the thing. I don't see how, if we're not sacking Arteta, how are we getting out of this? I'll throw that out.
There's one saving grace.
Yeah,
Rams didn't make the Super Bowl.
So the Rams
didn't make the Super Bowl, so Kroenke.
It's not like I said.
Last time I saw them in the Super Bowl and they lost, his face was a fucking picture. I'm sorry, his face was a picture. I'm like, now you know our pain.
Yeah, that's American football. A lot of teams that make it to the Super Bowl, they don't go to the Super Bowl that often unless you got freaking Tom Brady on your team. Because the Super Bowl, the way like the American sports work, is that like they have like this draft system, and basically like the worst teams get the best young players. So basically, like a lot of teams that make it to the NFL, that make it to the Super Bowl, they have to win it because it's not like the NBA Finals or like the Champions League where you can make it maybe a couple years in a row because it's very hard to. That's why you don't see a lot of teams defend the title. A lot of teams find it very hard. So when he didn't make it, I was so happy. I was like, maybe it's kind of a bad thing. Maybe it's kind of a bad thing. You never know because maybe he might invest a bit more into it, saying let's make it again. You never know.
Sorry, regarding Kroenke, Relentless, what is the general consensus around him as a feeling as a person? Like, how is he viewed in America? Because obviously,
I talked about this on the last show. A lot of people have mixed opinions. A lot of people don't really like him, to be honest, because he owns a lot of teams. He owns the Colorado Rapids. the LA Rams, the Denver Nuggets, and I think that's it. And his wife is also like the CEO of Walmart, and a lot of
Yep.
people don't really like her as well. So listen, like a lot of people have like opinions on him, and like the general feeling around him is that he's a bit of a mug, and a lot of people like his son because his son's a bit more
Bit
active
like
when it
our
comes
fan
to
base.
yeah. A lot of people like his son because he's a bit more active, like with the Denver Nuggets and whatnot. But Kroenke as a person, he just seems like a rich guy, and he kind of seems like he doesn't want to really be involved in like his businesses. And he just the only business he really cares about is the LA Rams, and that's because they had a couple good seasons, and he's that's how he is. A
He
lot of
doesn't give
people
a
like
But
his
here's the
style.
thing. I just want to, because we could go on about Conky for ages, right? Right. This Aston Villa game last time out. First thing I heard after the game was all about the decisions that go against us.
Ah,
BS.
Same as the week before, and the week before that,
embarrassing.
and the week before that.
The
And
agenda.
I'm like, you're saying there is a conspiracy against us that puts us in 10th.
No,
It,
sorry.
Are you
if,
mad? That I could share you this. I could share you tweets that as people have sent me of the actual stats. We are
Well,
nowhere near it.
I think it's Liverpool right up the top in terms of being hard done by. I believe I
Yeah,
saw. I think it was Liverpool were first.
yeah, they've got 9 overturns against them.
oh fuck's sake.
I don't know. This Manchester United fan, Arsenal, Liverpool are in the mud.
21 is coming.
He must be talking about FIFA 21, bro. He ain't talking about the title, bro. He must be talking about FIFA 21. Yeah, bro, they ain't winning no title this season. Man City.
Well, they ain't winning, mate. They ain't winning no title, but I'd love to be second or third and up
Yeah,
there. I'd
I love to,
swap any day.
bro.
And
And the thing is,
they demand. Man United fans want Ollie out. I know he's not the greatest manager, but he's a far better manager than Arteta.
I
and
won't go. Hang on.
Ollie, yeah.
You said a lot of them want Ollie out.
A lot of Man United fans want Ollie that I've spoken to. Maybe you don't. I've got
As
three
far
or
as I
four.
know, I've got one or two, but not all of them.
The ones that I've spoken to, they want him out. I mean, mate,
I don't
and
get it because how can you ask a manager out when you didn't expect to challenge for a title this season? You expect only to close the gap, and you've like gone from at one point 15th at one point onto this massive run and got up to second. Like and you're beating teams like Liverpool, and you beating teams. You went toe to toe with Liverpool and beat them. You said that last season. They were laughed in your face with
you
Ollie.
talk about Man United or Man City,
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
talking about Man United.
Yeah.
So you can't sit there and say he's not improved that team. You can't.
Yeah, for me, I would swap him with Arteta tomorrow.
He's the
yeah,
better
but
at it too.
if you look at Manchester
Swap
United,
anyone with Arteta tomorrow. Sorry, by the way.
if you look at Manchester United's team, their team is ridiculous. Like their team is a joke. If they add a proper right winger to that team,
Yeah.
they would be challenging like 100%. Like they'll be right up there with Man City. Like there wouldn't even be like too much of a gap. But
They
Yeah.
need a proper striker because Cavani ain't gonna let. He's not there for long.
And
like if
fucking
they're doing this, if the scary part is that if they're doing this under Ali, who is questionable, imagine what they can do under a proper manager,
agree or
bro.
something. Just
Benitez.
yeah, probably yeah. It's just inevitable that those managers will go somewhere else.
Yeah,
And Manchester United 21, if you're new, please subscribe. And guys, smash a like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Sorry,
Or
carry on.
else.
Or else. What's this, Chris? What does this? The unbearables have arrived.
I think he's talking about United
Let's
fans.
talk about United fans.
Yeah, but listen, they can chat shit because they're up there.
They're,
So
they're still up there, and they're going to probably finish in the Champions League spot, and they'll probably get a couple
Yeah,
of
but you
good.
can still banter them because they're all saying about 21's incoming. Oh, there's a sign here. There's a sign there. There's a sign here. Because yeah, it's a sign you find finishing second behind City. So shut up.
Chris, are you still there? Sorry, Chris Paul. Sorry, Chris.
I'm still there.
Oh, you
He's just
please.
he's just
bro,
he's
he's
just
wounded.
basking.
He's wounded, bro. He's wounded.
Oh gosh, what have you got to say about your damning defeat to Manchester City. Please share how your
Um, I think
Chris
it would have stayed 1-1 if Allison was not drunk that game.
it was.
Oh, come on.
I
To
only
be
No,
saw
fair,
highlights.
it would have been. I think it would have been 1-1 if Allison didn't do some stupid shit.
No, no,
Oh,
no,
like
no, no, no,
nah,
no, no,
they
no,
were
no, no.
toying
You
with you,
got
mate.
battered, bro.
They were
You,
toying with you. You see that? They were toying. You see, look, puppet. You little little
they had
puppets,
Phil
and they
Foden
were
looking
doing
like
what they want with you.
they made
I,
They
I
would have they
made
turned up
Phil
the gears
Foden
and
look like
battered you.
Phil Fodenino, bro. They had Phil Foden looking like he was Brazilian. You guys listen, Allison.
but even
Al-
even for the Phil Foden shot, Allison should have saved it. It was right at him. He would have saved it if it was normal Allison. Some
yeah,
so are you blaming Chris? Are you blaming Allison for that defeat?
obviously he had two errors leading to goals that match.
Yeah, but you were crap.
Yeah, we were crap
You
as
were
well.
crap.
You didn't deserve anything from
Man
that game.
City, Man City, Man City were like, yeah, we'll do what we want with this lot. So
Yeah.
Man
what?
City, they're a
bro.
machine.
I was hearing talk that that flipping Gundogan missed that penalty on purpose. He missed it on purpose because he knew that they were gonna get battered in the second half.
They got battered anyway.
Like I
I
actually
mean,
think
It's
to be fair to Liverpool, I think in the first half I think they were slightly better, but in the second half I don't know what Klopp told them. I think Klopp just told them, so you know what, fuck it, let's just go out there and throw the game away. I don't know what happened in the second half.
Chris, let me ask you this question: Are you Klopp in or Klopp out?
I'm not gonna be Klopp out unless like we like disintegrate after this.
Would you take
Basically,
Till
join
Arteta?
then,
Arsenal.
Would you swap with Arteta?
no, I'd rather die than get Arteta as my manager. No,
You
I don't
sound
want to.
really down, Chris. You really sound down, man. I mean, try being
Yeah,
an
it was painful
try
because
being an Arsenal fan, please.
Chris, I mean, you can always like get up the ice cream and go watch a Bridget Jones movie or something.
no, it's painful because like we've lost to Burnley at home. We've lost to
And so have we.
But what's
Brighton.
worse is no. What's worse is most of your fan base at the start of the season, like, yeah, we're gonna win by 90 points. You're gonna have to get over
No,
90
those are
points
the
to do this.
deluded people.
Yeah,
I
you're
never
gonna do
thought we were
this.
gonna.
And Van Dijk's this, Van Dijk's that, this, that, or the other. Right now, look, you're dead,
No, half of our fan base are
dead,
deluded. There are actual Liverpool
dead,
fans with a functioning brain.
dead,
You see the thing with
dead.
Liverpool that I never really
Right,
understood.
Chris, you might as well swap the Liverpool shirt with an Arsenal shirt. You're dead.
Go on, Relentless. What did you want to
You see
say?
the thing with Liverpool, yeah, is that last year they were a very, very, very good team, and they had a lot of players fit. You know, the system. You know, the players were loving life. Everybody was playing to the best of their ability. And I said this one comment, and a lot of people were coming crazy. A lot of Liverpool fans will come crazy. Oh, you're salty. Also, I said all they need is one injury, and that whole team is done up. I said,
Yeah,
And
that's true because
Van
we don't
Dyke.
have squad depth. We don't have squad depth.
Yeah, Van Dyke is your most valuable and most important player to that team, because if you do not add Van Dyke to that team, you guys aren't winning the Champions League. You're not winning the Premier League. You're not getting close. I said when he goes down, that team's fucked. It's fucked. And because that team, I rate Klopp highly. I think he's the best manager in the world. Yeah, I rate him highly. But
yeah.
when you're so reliant on a system, on a system like Klopp, as soon as some key players to that system go out, he's gonna take him a long time to change it up. And I actually thought that Klopp would change and go back to a 4-2-3-1, but
Do
he
you
didn't.
think these players, Liverpool players, are
No, but what summed it up
burnt
is that
out?
no.
They
Do you know
burnt
what? Do
out.
you know what? Do you know what? Sorry, what really told it for me, right? I knew what was going to happen as soon as I knew the lineup. Fabinho and Henderson at the back. I
And
was
he
like,
has
that's
two
it,
new
game
center
done.
backs. He has two
I
new
was like,
center
that
backs.
game done.
He didn't even start one of them.
But
Yeah,
you
that's what I
can't
said. I was
make
like,
like
that
you
game
can't
done.
put like players in the debut like right in the city.
Well, you should have played him in the previous game, then, shouldn't you?
I know, yeah. We should have bought them earlier
So is Klopp
No,
making big mistakes?
I
I
think
don't
Klopp's
think
rattled.
Yeah.
He's
I
rattled.
I don't I think it's understandable why he didn't want to give this the new centre backs a debut on this, like, when the City on this in the City game, because it's a big game. You can't just let them. It's too much pressure. And
Chris. Right, don't start chatting about how crap your transfer market is. We buy injured players for fun.
Yeah, man. We are the injured players.
Bro,
Right,
we buy players
you
for
want
broken
advice?
backs
You
and
want advice
freaking.
on buying King Kallströms? Come to us.
no, it's because your standards have dropped. We've
Not
improved our
mine.
standards from
Not mine. The rest
Not
of the
mine.
fan
Bro,
not
base, maybe.
yours,
right,
Not
look,
mine.
us,
your coaching staff. Their standards have dropped.
I don't
That's what
blame
I'm saying.
referees, mate.
Our
I want.
standards have increased, and we need to keep these
I want to be
standards,
here,
which we're
top,
not doing.
first, right up here. That's what
Ah,
I
you
want to.
share this. Yeah, you share the screen.
Yeah, I've worked it out. I'm getting better. I'm proving.
oh my gosh, look at the state of us. We're 4 points behind Aston Villa.
Let's look at that.
Jesus Christ.
And the
This.
thing is, what
That's what
winds
you
me.
By the
do.
way, that
No, but
table's not
do you know
updated.
what? Do you know
Leeds are
what's?
above
Do you
you
know what
now.
wound me up? Do you know what wound me up? We were
You should
1 point
be
behind
here,
Tottenham.
top, or challenging, or in the top four. The squad
What
is
we were
not
one.
place squad. Sorry.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, is that we were 1 point behind Tottenham. What, like, these players have been in a North London derby. They know what it's about now. Surely that's an incentive, at least, this season, is to go do one on Spurs. Go above them. Because you put pressure on Spurs, they do this.
Like you said, I think we've got to worry about ourselves because we always worry about other teams and
Nah.
put up with it. I want to worry about ourselves. I want to, me personally, I want to think about how are we going to get where we're supposed to be. And this man's
Yeah,
not going to do it. And
The only thing you can do is
I
get
understand that.
chuck Arteta in
I
the bin.
understand that.
yeah,
I understand that. But when it comes to Spurs, nah, no quarter given. I'm sorry.
but you don't. You like you said, you're not bothered about them. You're worried
Because they're
about
unbearable. They're unbearable. Because they get it's like the start of the season when they were top. Oh, we're gonna win the league. You're gonna get relegated. No. Now look, you're dead.
we're both dead.
They're dead, but we still can't compete
Both
with them.
dead.
That's the funny part.
Yeah,
If
but the
Harry
thing is
Kane
with
is
Arteta,
injured,
the
Spurs
thing
are
with
dead.
Arteta is right. Arteta's been thrown in the deep end in a job with no experience. He's only going to get better with experience, right? I will give him that.
Yeah, not
Mourinho,
not 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 at
right?
Arsenal.
Mourinho, he's more extinct than the dinosaurs, mate. Right? You remember the famous comment about Wenger, specialist in failure? Look who's
But
the specialist in failure now, mate.
I wouldn't bet on him to. I wouldn't bet against him to beat Man City in the cup. I really wouldn't.
Yeah,
Oi,
it's a
Mourinho.
typical Mourinho, bro.
In the words of Mourinho, he is the new specialist in failure. Facts.
Me, I'm not Tottenham. I wish we were miles
I'm not
apart.
taking Carabao Cup wins. Don't even, no. Win the wheel thing. Win the FA.
Manchester City win the league. We hate Man United. I do anyway.
Chris, we already gave them the golden ticket to win the league.
That's your fault. That's
I
Liverpool's
know,
fault.
I know. That's what I'm telling Chris.
This is
Manchester
the worst
City
final
are
Yeah,
position
definitely
Klopp,
going to win the
Klopp
league.
was Willy Wonka with his chocolate bar. Here you go, Pep.
And then yeah, and
It's
so Chris, where do you see Liverpool going this season? Like top? Will you make top? Will you come? Will you even be in Europa League? Could that happen?
so I don't even know. I think top four will be a struggle. I just hope we finish top four and just focus on
I'm
rebuilding.
not sure. Like, could
It's going
West
to be a
Ham
struggle.
finish above you? Could
They're
West?
definitely not finished. They're definitely not finishing above us. That's one thing I'm confident about. The only thing I'm scared of is Tuchel coming behind us. That's the only
It's
actual
the Tuchel
threat.
revolution.
I don't see you in top four.
If I could ask one by one, who your top four would be? Relentless. Who would you say?
City first.
Yeah.
I'll say City first, Liverpool second, Man United third, Chelsea fourth.
So who? City first, Leicester second.
Wait. No. I put Chelsea third and Man United fourth.
And Leicester second.
No. Liverpool second.
Okay, what about yourself, Stephen?
Top four.
Yeah, who do you reckon? What do you reckon?
Arsenal, Newcastle, Brighton. Oh no, wait. I've mentioned the bottom half. Yeah, I mentioned the
Yeah,
bottom half. Sorry.
10 years ago.
No, I'm mentioning the bottom half. Sorry, forgot about that one.
He's
I
talking. He's
meant
talking
top
about the
half.
champion. He's talking about the championship next season. That's the bottom half of the championship.
No, I'm talking about the bottom half of the Premier League. Right, we're on top of that league at least. Right.
It's good. I like that.
But no,
You,
if we could have,
you
if
don't
we're
you
gonna,
can't, you don't laugh. You can't cry. You got to laugh.
yeah, I mean, top four for me:
Yeah,
City, Man
yeah,
United,
yeah.
Leicester,
Agree.
Chelsea.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's what I'm thinking. What about yourself, Chris?
And we finished above
Uh,
Spurs.
Manchester City,
Yeah.
Premier League champions, 100%. Second, I will go with Leicester City.
Wow.
Third, I will go Chelsea. Fourth, I will go Liverpool. Fifth, I will go Man United.
A bit of a,
You,
not a Liverpool
whoa,
man. You put Man United fourth.
fifth.
No, Man United are prime bottlers. Do you think they're like some title contenders?
Whoa!
And when they have a defense of Harry Maguire and
Chris,
Victor
Chris,
Lindelof, they're not
Chris,
going to win
hang
anything.
on, hold the phone, right? Who are the prime bottlers over the last 30 years in the Premier League?
Us. I'm talking about
Thank you
now.
very much. Yeah, but Man United have won more Premier League series. Don't
It's
talk
not
shit
a.
about Man United bottling it when you've bottled it all the time. Like don't
I'm
go there.
talking about this season, mate. I know we were
That's what I'm
bottlers. I'm
saying.
talking about this
Like,
season. Yeah, but I'm just
if you look at
saying
the
they.
last 30 years up till now, you have been prime bottlers.
No, I'm just saying that United have a chance of winning the title
I
instead
mean,
of
if we
bringing.
took off your red shirts, we might find Tottenham underneath.
Oh, don't compare us to those lot. Those lot are prime bottlers. We won a Champions League even
But
when we were bottlers.
if Klopp keeps failing, Arsenal have a chance of getting him. Maybe. So if you keep doing crap, we have a chance. There's a small chance. Because I'll
No,
take bloody 2 seconds.
Yeah,
Don't
but
know about
he turned Hector Bellerin. He turned Hector Bellerin into a prime Cafu. Clark. He turned Hector Bellerin into a prime Cafu.
he would kick him out of
No,
the club.
no, I know what he'll do. Like he'll turn,
You'll kick him out.
he'll turn Bellerin into number one environmentalist.
But he probably cuts. He
The
probably
number
cuts
then
into
he'll turn him into number one tree hugger.
Bellerin, whoever comes in won't keep him. Like what making Bellerin as captain, like that just says everything you need to know about Arsenal Football Club.
Look, I'm sorry, you're putting Bellerin as captain when my guy, I'm part Scottish by the way, Tierney is a captain. He's captain. End of
So
story.
who would you, as he's injured, who would you put as captain? Like who would you give it to? Because obviously,
You know what? David Luiz, I'll give it to David Luiz. Yeah, no, but no, I get that, but do you see the Man United game, for example? He was shouting a lot at everyone to sort their lives out.
he has 2 shit games. And then the next game, that's the
Yeah, he
problem.
has those moments. Yeah, he has those moments, but I've seen a fair amount of games where one, he's got that long ball outlet, and two, he's got that command in the centre of the pitch. And hitting him alongside Gabriel's not bad.
Who would you? So that I mean, what? Talking about defenders, Pablo Mari, what's going on with him? What is the truth? What is the true story? Is he injured or is it that £1 million fee? I mean, what do you
I
believe?
ain't got a clue.
It's the £1 million fee.
It's got to, like he looks. He's got to be. It's like that would be Arsenal, wouldn't it?
It's so cheap. We can't even pay £1 million. £40 for another player.
We couldn't even pay 40 million a pound.
for Suarez. So Chris's top four: Man City, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea. I just feel Leicester will fall off like last season, unfortunately. I'm trying to be positive about Liverpool, but not confident at all.
Even I'm not confident.
I wish we were in the mix. I wish I could put my team in there.
Yeah, we are in the mix. You just gotta talk about the bottom three, bro. We're in the mix, bro.
I told you, we've got to just talk about the bottom half. We're top of that.
We're top
Who-
of that.
Who's the top four best?
You're not that bad. You're
My
mid-table.
top four?
You're
Chris.
mid-table.
Yeah, Chris, we're shocking, bro. We have pandemic Pep.
Chris, hang on, Chris. Do you watch? Have you watched Arsenal games?
Yeah, but you're not relegation candidate.
Yeah, have you watched Arsenal games?
Yeah, you're dreadful, but yeah.
Thank you. That says it all. Thank you very much.
You can say other words.
Bro, we're dead.
Dreadful's a kind word.
I just got a simple four. I know it's wrong, but it's a 4-letter word. It starts with an S. Right, it just explains it in one sentence, in one word, in one syllable.
I think we'll be the new Arsenal in like about 2 years.
You'll be the new art. No. You're not. Are you that? You just sound really down, Chris. I mean, I know.
I know it's like reactionary, but it's very upsetting when you lose.
Well, Chris, just watch the Champions League trophy celebration and I'll cheer you up.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been looking at the good old days.
The good old days. That's 2 years.
The 2005 Bob Paisley, all of that.
Yeah, just watch the Gerrard slip, bro. Just watch the Gerrard slip.
Yeah, that I don't watch.
What is it? Hang on, what's the song? This is Steve Gerrard. He's big.
Or just watch that meme where Gerrard steps up for the penalty and he looks back at Hodgson and he just skies the penalty. Have you ever seen that meme? Like he looks back at Roy Hodgson and they just skies the penalty.
I know what that song is. It says what is it? Stevie Gerrard. He slipped on his fucking ass. He leapt through Denver. Steve Gerrard.
Yeah, them about left us for dead.
Chris says, I will say this now, not to all Man United fans, but to the arrogant ones. You better win something and you better finish above us. Because if you don't, I'm coming after you. End of the season. I'm preparing the slaughter.
Oh,
God,
Man United fans are pissing.
I know life's bad, but what have you got in mind? Roy Hodgson.
Oh, yeah. The Croydon Roy.
Settings.
The man with the big nose, bro. I'll take him at Arsenal, you know. He can't do any worse than Arteta.
True, yeah. I'll take Steve Bruce at Arsenal.
Bro, have you seen his nose, bro? He can smell the game plan from next week, bro. You guys gotta. Whew.
But no one would play.
No, Steve Bruce. No.
Oh look!
I haven't seen Bruce. Yeah?
Have you seen the thing? Bruce. Have you guys seen the thing where Mike Dean is not going to officiate this week because of death threats?
Yeah, what's that about?
Oh yeah, what happened? What happened? Well, I keep on seeing like people talk about Mike Dean. Like, what did he make?
He got death threats apparently over, I think.
Yeah, he makes 2 stupid red card decisions.
Something that along the lines that all Premier League officials are not going to officiate or something. That's what he's saying, or is it just himself?
Himself.
No, just himself. Like they addressed this. It was lovely. The FA addressed this issue, and we just come from stream about it. But they don't address the Twanzavy racism incident.
The only people who address it are the clubs and the players. The FA don't do anything.
I mean, the FA are corrupt. The league officials. This is where I do stick up for Arteta. When he went to who was the manager, the referee on Saturday? It was who was it? Who was
Craig Bolton?
No, that was the Wolves game. That was who was it? Anyway, He said to me, "I come to you speaking calm and peace," and the referee just went. This is where I don't hold. Like Arteta's done nothing wrong to go and just talk normally to them. He's not being aggressive, and it's like they're above everyone. I know I don't. It's abuse and
Well, the
everything.
refs in that country are just a joke. They're an absolute joke. I think if you want good referees, you need to go to the Italian league. I think they
Look,
got the best. They got the best
hang
referees.
on, hang on. You do know why there's no English referees in the World Cup or the Euros?
Yeah, because they're crap, bro.
Yeah, they are crap. More reasons,
But
or
I'd rather have Stevie Wonder referee the game. The guy's fucking blind. He can probably do a better job flipping. All these like what's the
He
other
can
one?
see it. He can see it through a grapevine as well.
Yeah, flipping. What's the other one? Kevin Friend.
Oh
Mike.
no, that's Marvin Gaye, isn't it?
Michael Atkinson. Flipping. All these crap referees, bro. This stinking out place with just the
No,
shitty
do you know
decisions.
who's? No, do you know why? Do you know who's in charge?
Uh,
oh, Mike Riley.
Yeah, old mother, the one who ended our 49 unbeaten record by Wayne Rooney jumping over Campbell's leg, literally doing the fucking hurdles.
Do you think VAR is a lot to do with it though? Like, because for
No,
me,
no, 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 no. VAR's not the problem. It's the prats using it. It's the same people, right? Because that guy who's using it will end up refereeing a game on the next week on the pitch. It's the same people. It's the prats using it.
bro, it's just those dickheads in the
They,
studio flipping,
that's
just
what I'm
sitting
saying.
there. They don't even watch the game. They probably just get called anytime a foul. They're probably just sitting there knocking one out, flipping idiots.
I
Like
was going to make
it's like
some
I
more.
said, you can't blame a piece of a piece of equipment and a technology because it's been built for that purpose, right? So
I
it's
miss
the people
football.
using it.
I miss football without VAR. For me, I would scrap it all together, but that's a long debate.
But
Like,
it's like imagine watching a game.
I like football is better without VAR.
Yeah,
In
like
my
anytime someone scores, like I don't really celebrate much
drives me
because
mad.
you might look like an idiot if you celebrate too much, and it's like
I've been at the
Yeah,
ground.
imagine you're in the Champions League final and you score a winner, but then VAR is like, nope, it's offside. It kills the feel of football.
and they don't give the advantage to they don't give
Oh,
the advantage to the attackers. They
it's
don't.
been a long time.
Yeah, but
So
they're not done being stinged up in an FA Cup or Champions League final either.
say that again, mate.
I don't like being stinged up in a Champions League final.
Yeah,
The
I
thing
know.
was
The VAR, for me, VAR is just destroy. It's just well, especially when you're at a game.
Look,
It's just
I'm telling you,
destroys the moment.
I'm telling you now, if the right people are using it, you'd hardly notice it
Yeah.
yeah,
because
and
it'd be making the right decisions.
the thing is that a lot of Arsenal fans, if we got rid of VAR, a lot of Arsenal fans would have to find and scramble for a new excuse. Like the Pratt and the Hat would have to find a new excuse, and all these Arsenal fans, yeah, they are gonna have to find a new excuse because everybody thinks, oh, the FA's against us. Oh, this is a conspiracy. If there was a real, I said on the last show, if there was a real conspiracy, people would be losing their jobs because they're being corrupt. Yeah,
The ref,
Honestly, I'm
there's
not
the ref,
gonna.
nobody losing their
I
job.
was arguing.
And
I was arguing with someone who's literally probably like only seen. He was only alive when the Invincibles when he was about 4. So he never actually probably seen like someone Arsenal lift the title right properly. And I'm like, don't go with this conspiracy crap, right? Because right, especially when last year, who helped us in the FA Cup final?
yeah,
yeah.
there's a
Anthony
reason why
Taylor.
Pandemic Pep even had
Anthony,
something to fall back on.
Sheffield United game, 2 VAR
We
decisions.
should have
That's why.
lost that game.
yeah.
Had my
Yeah,
Goldberg like a prime Henri, bro.
and we did kind of fluke our way to that FA Cup. Like we were very lucky in the build-up, and Leeds was another one. We were very lucky against them. So yeah, it was extra time, wasn't it? So we
But like I'm saying, in the FA Cup final, there were decisions that went our way that shouldn't have done, right? Because I was arguing with Chelsea fans saying you can't really use it as an excuse because overall you were poor, right? But in the end,
Yeah,
Anthony Taylor fucked that game up.
but when one of your best players, like one of your best midfielders, is getting sent off for basically doing nothing, I can understand why they were pissed off because Kovacic he barely touched Granit Xhaka. He got sent
That's
off.
what I'm saying. But they don't want to mention that bit, did they?
Yeah, because it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the narrative. That's all. It doesn't fit it.
That's when I told him about
As
that. He should
Arsenal
shut his mouth.
fans, I have a question.
Go on, Chris.
When do you think Arteta will be sacked? Because he looks like he's being protected by the board.
£64 million question.
He'd be here until he's like 100 years old.
We've already been 50. Was it 16th or 15th? Where were we?
16th at one point.
16th, and he wasn't even questioned. So that's when
I guess the only time he will be sacked is when you're in the championship, and I don't think that's happening.
No. We'll be in the National League. We'll be in the National League. Matter of fact, we'd be even lower that we'd be playing against flipping DTFC, bro. And people be still saying, trust the process, bro. Bro, it's a joke, man.
But yeah, I would say no. If we get relegated, then yeah, that's the only time I see him getting sacked. And like I said earlier, Chris, I don't understand why no one in the media is calling him out. It's just, and you got, like I said, Alex Scott.
How is it acceptable for your owners to be a mid-table club when you can earn a lot of money if you actually qualify for the Champions League with investment in the team?
That's because Kroenke's a stupid idiot who doesn't know what he's doing. He's not a football person.
And he's hired the wrong people.
I'm sorry, the football he's worrying about is not actually playing with your feet, it's running with your hands with a crash helmet.
And all the appointments made by Kroenke are stupid. Like, who's Edu? Like, he's the most brainless, like,
director of football I've ever met. He left Corinthians in shambles.
You do know who Edu is, don't you?
Yeah, he was a bench.
That guy's just as bad as Arteta.
Yeah, he used to be Corinthians like director of football, and that he left the team in shambles, and then he goes to Arsenal.
Chris, you do know who he is, don't you?
Edu,
he was an Arsenal player, I think. I don't know.
He was part of the Invincible squad and scored some important goals to beat like Chelsea.
Good player.
He was a good player alongside Vieira.
Good player, but not a director of football.
Gilberto Silva was better than him, probably. Gilberto Silva was probably better than him. And that's the thing that kills me. The fact that
you need a smart director of football like Michael Edwards, who like brings in good recruitment, good everything all around. That's one reason Liverpool succeed.
Yeah, and that's why you're top. Then that's why you're fourth, isn't it?
After 30 years, Liverpool fans came from under their rocks. Now they're heading back to their rocks for another 30 years.
Oh yes, we know how successful United were before Fergie came in.
I can't. Well, we could be we could be hibernating for 30 years.
Steven Gerrard.
Win the league again.
I don't see you guys having 6 Champions Leagues in your trophy cabinet. We do.
Yeah, but I'd rather, to be honest, I'd rather have 20 Premier League.
Embarrassing. When Arsenal fans go, yeah, well, you ain't got a golden Premier League trophy.
It's your gold. Who gives a damn? Who cares?
It's the number of those trophies.
Hang on, I'll put this question to you, Alex. I'll put this question to you. Would you have rather lost a game in that unbeaten run to win the Champions League?
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Obviously, because the one talking point about Arsenal not being that good is that they don't have European success.
Because we would have been the ones that beat Chelsea to the Champions League.
Fucking hell.
And it was I would have happily lost the game at Stamford Bridge, right? To like that we won 2-1 at. So then beat him at
Uh,
Highbury that night when Wayne Bridge scored.
Glenn Knight, Glenn, big up yourself, mate. Good YouTuber, but he's
Leicester.
what?
No
Yeah,
Chelsea. Come on,
yeah.
Thomas
Liverpool,
Tuchel FC, bro.
and he's saying this. Glenn, come on, mate.
That's a
Come
typo.
on. Glenn, explain.
He was typing too fast.
Please
Typo.
explain. Glenn, you're please explain.
If Glenn comes on here, Steven's going to go at him.
Why is there some? Do you know each other?
No. He's just,
And if no,
No, Steven's harsh at every Arteta and like
The
no, I just
invincible
asked him straight.
is the
I
only thing we all hold on to. Hell no.
no, I
he
just keep
explains
questioning. I just keep
facts.
question. I just keep questioning with the stats
There's
and just like
no logical reason.
do you
Glenn.
think?
Come
Do
you
you think
think.
that? Do you think
on.
Arsenal
Not
invisible?
And I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. You're
logical.
saying 10 hang on. You're saying 10 defeats, right?
Yep.
The Invincibles. Oh, you're dumb.
Oh,
Fuck
Glenn,
off. Oh,
sorry.
fuck off.
I'll take
No,
the
fuck.
Champions League.
No, man. You take that over a Champions League.
You're
Oh,
better.
fuck off. No.
You're entitled to your
I
opinion.
like the Champions League. The Champions League trophies, like winning the Champions League is like every kid grows up dreaming of winning the
That
Champions.
year, we threw it away against Chelsea.
No, but the thing, you guys, you know what the problem was that season is that in all competitions, except of the Champions League, actually beat Chelsea home and away in the league. In the league,
Yeah.
but when it mattered in the Champions League, we decided, oh well, we don't really care anymore, so we might as well just lose to Chelsea. And that's the one thing they've always had over us. Like they always say, oh, we killed Arsenal Football Club. Da da da. It's like, ah, man, if only we actually did something in the Champions League.
Didn't win it. We didn't bloody win it. And who
And who
cares about
against
that
and
Invincible season? It stopped us winning the treble, in my opinion.
And the thing
Like,
is that in that season, who I don't know what team made it to the final that season, but whatever team made it to the final, we probably would have beat those teams.
Porto.
Porto
Huh?
and Chelsea, was it?
Jose
Oh yeah,
Mourinho.
that was Jose Mourinho's Porto,
Yeah,
right?
we would have had a shot. We could have. Yeah,
Them. We could
You
have
could
beat
have
them.
battered Porto. You probably would have.
I'm disappointed, mate, but you're entitled to your
Especially
opinion.
when we
I
went
love
to
the Champions
especially
League.
when
I
hang
love
on.
to win it, man.
Especially when we went to San Siro and battered the fuck out of Inter Milan and the first English club to do it. And we didn't have Vieira, right? We had Ali Ayer on the pitch, for fuck's sake. We tore them apart. We tore them a new one.
You should have won that Barcelona game though. That red card was questionable.
And listen,
Which one?
this is why.
No,
This
that's a
is
red
why.
card. That was a red card.
Like a lot of people come at me for saying this. This is why I would never ever really hold Arsene Wenger as one of the best managers of this era. Yeah, this is why I'll never ever because he never won in Europe. How can you be regarded as one of the best managers ever if you never won in Europe? He's never won in Europe. Even flipping these dead managers are winning in Europe.
All right.
How is
Hang
he
on.
not winning in Europe?
I tell you this. Who's better, Wenger or Chapman?
Oh, you asking
Herbert,
me?
you're asking me or everyone?
Both of you.
Herbert Chapman. In terms of trophies, Herbert Chapman.
He would have won even more if it weren't for his heart attack. But go on. What about Relentless? What about you?
I say Chapman as well. Listen, I don't hate Wenger. Yeah, I don't hate Arsene Wenger. Even though I'm a part of the, like I always say, like I'm a bit younger than you guys, right? So I didn't really get to see the great times of Wenger, but really, like all he really did for me, yeah, is win a couple FA Cups. Whoop de doo. Yeah. So listen,
Okay.
he had an
I feel sorry
undefeated.
for you, man. I
Listen,
feel sorry for you.
he went a season undefeated. He went
Yeah.
a season undefeated. All like back then, I'm sure you guys were all singing and dancing about that. But if you had to turn in that season and trade it for a Champions League, you would do it any day of the week. Any day of the week.
Even Glenn, you would as well. Come on, mate.
Yeah,
Glenn.
he would. He would. But listen,
Which one's easy?
To achieve the Champions League trophy or an unbeaten Premier League one. Of course.
of course, it's the Prem. But the thing is that
Get
the
on me,
Premier
man.
League. Listen, the Prem. Listen, the Prem is a very important trophy, but the Champions League is the highest caliber. It's the highest honor in European football. Yeah, other than the World Cup. Like the World Cup is the best trophy. like the Euros and all those other kind of international trophies. But in terms of clubs, yeah, everybody wants to win the Champions League because that means
Can
not
I
only
just
are
also
you one
point
of the
out?
best.
Hang on. I also point out this: if it was so important to win an unbeaten season, Premier League season, wouldn't you think everyone would have tried it by now, or someone would have done it by now, or focused on it?
Listen,
I
going
me,
listen, going undefeated is cool, but listen, at the same time, you can say your trophy's gold, yeah. But when you look down the list of teams that won it, what it's not like our team is in bold or something. It's all the same. It's all the same. I
what have we
bet.
done
Listen.
Glenn, what have
Obviously,
we done since?
listen. Obviously, big up Glenn, yeah. Big up Glenn. Like I know Glenn, yeah. He's a cool
I
guy.
like it.
But
I
listen,
like
but
Come
listen,
on.
listen, Glenn, ask Thierry Henry, ask Vieira, ask Perez. If you tell them, yeah, would you trade that unbeaten season? Ask Bergkamp, yeah, ask them if would they trade that season for a
Or
Champions League? They will all rip your arms off it, all of them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I would.
Glenn,
100%.
That's why Henri left.
That's why he
what?
fucked up to Barcelona, a
Let
team
me
that
ask
beat
you
us.
this, Glenn. What would you rather have, an unbeaten season or a Champions League trophy? That's for Glenn.
Hang on, can I just ask? I'd also just like, but I'm just gonna bring this to Arteta as well. So, Glenn, you think losing 10 games out of 23 is acceptable for Arsenal Football Club?
Please give a logical reason, Glenn.
You're
That's
saying
like
playing these dead tactics and this dead system is
I like
acceptable?
this from Chris. Did it say Invincibles on your league
Hang on,
winners medal?
hang on. Do you
Sorry,
think
God.
it's sorry? Do you think it's acceptable, right, to concede a goal in 2 minutes and then sit there and do fuck all? Answer me that,
Mm.
and
Glenn,
don't say it's the
wait,
first time.
Glenn, you're welcome to come on the channel. He's because he does make really good content. But not
I'm not got a
he's
problem.
got, he's got
He's
reasons.
entitled to his opinion, but I just like to explain those facts. Those
Chris
facts.
makes Chris makes a good point. Did it say Invincibles on your league winners medal and on the trophy? No, it didn't. It's same old league trophy like the previous trophies. Silver. Doesn't say. It doesn't matter if it is exactly as long as you
Yeah.
win it. That's all that
Listen,
matters.
listen. Let me tell you something. The Invincibles team is not even the best Arsenal team in Premier League history. Not even. Not even. It's not even the best Arsenal team in our history. Yeah, I think the 98 team is probably better than that team, bro. Yeah, probably better than that team. Listen, that team, yeah, they accomplished great stuff, but I'm not gonna sit there and say that team is the best team of Premier League history when you got knocked out by a team that you beat home and away in the league. No way. Like
Yes, Luca,
you
you can
can't say
come
that.
on. Yes, Luca. No, he's a. Have you met Luca, Stephen? You might have. Possibly.
Uh,
No,
might
you
have.
might
I
have. Yeah.
might have. I'm not sure.
He shares all your views, so he's a
Oh, he shares
massive.
all my views, dude. Oh,
I
good.
I
Well,
saw his channel. It was took a look at his channel. It's pretty good.
Yeah, there's so many channels like that people that I have to look at. It's just there's so many people doing so many stuff. You can't really get to
no,
all of
it's
them.
too much. Yeah, yeah. You just got to focus on what you're doing. Stephen, please plug your channel, by the way, because I do like it, and please plug it.
It's
Steven's on a road to 1,000.
If you just bring the comment down, you'll probably see my banner name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, and I can just.
Bring that comment down.
No, that's not that. How do I? I'm still learning,
In the
mate.
comments.
Yep. What do I do?
The comment that you've got up, do you think you can bring it down? Just by clicking
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
So yeah, you got S Feetly TV there. There's my Twitter feed as well at S Feetly. We do football, mainly Arsenal, but football as well. F1 content as well as raising awareness for Children's Liver Disease Foundation. As I've had liver disease myself, so yeah, come and check us out and yeah, join in the banter and the fun.
That's it. You got to have a laugh, haven't you? That's the thing. And this is an answer to your question, Stephen. To answer a question, it's not acceptable. I believe there's more positives than negatives. Glenn,
What
please.
positives?
What are the positives?
If you can
I
give me
would
some
love.
positives, I'll hear them.
What are the positives?
I think the only positive I can think of as a neutral is like more
Because
chances for your youngsters,
I'm
like
sorry,
your youngsters showing up.
because Glenn, I do say this. Emery played the same football and was sacked, only losing 3 games.
It's like I
So
said before.
why is
Why?
Arteta getting a free
Yeah, it's
pass?
this double standard. Emery was hunted down like by Arsenal fans, and he wasn't
Emery
Glenn,
even that
was
bad.
hunted down.
oh dear.
Oh, oh
I don't know if
dear.
I'm missing.
Listen. I think listen. Um, I, with the whole Arteta thing, yeah, is that I try to be fair as possible. But when you continue to make the same mistakes over and over and over again, this guy, you can sit here and say, "Oh, I back Arteta. Oh, trust the process."
That's
But
what
one
I
thing you
did.
have to,
I backed Arteta, and but at the start of the season he made the same mistakes,
yeah,
and I just got to a point. As no,
one,
can't do that.
one thing you have
Then
to
North
realize.
London derby, no.
One thing you have to realize, yeah, one thing you have to realize is very important. One thing you have to ask yourself is that will we win anything significant under this manager? Will we win a Europa League? Like you can say FA Cup. We're not gonna win. We're not gonna win any other trophy under this manager. What he needs to do is go to another club, learn his trade, and then if he wants to come back or whatever, which I think that's not gonna happen because that never happens. But
Once he's, please don't come back. No, no.
you do not go to a big club unless you're Pep Guardiola. Unless you're Pep Guardiola, you take over at Barcelona, yeah. And Pep Guardiola, people actually believe him based on what I've seen from Arteta. He hasn't shown me anything at all that he's going to be a top class manager. Nothing.
So
Not
plenty of
man management. Listen, if you're not going to be good tactically, yeah. Listen, at least be. You see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, yeah. If you're not going to be good tactically, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is crap when it comes to tactics. But one thing he's very good at is man management and getting the players on board. Arteta cannot get the players on board. He can't man manage. He can't uh do the tactics correctly. His press conferences are crap. He seems like he's just freestyling everything. Listen, I don't see any positives in this manager, and I don't even think I'm being harsh. I'm just saying what I see. I'm just saying what I see. I don't see any positives.
nothing to look forward to. There's nothing what we do that
There's
excites me.
nothing promising. Listen,
All
like I said, listen,
progressing, and it's just
I
getting
mean,
worse.
That's
one,
life.
listen, like what?
That's what all the people say.
Listen,
Sorry.
Steven,
All
Steven,
right,
can you
I'm
hear
going
me?
to let gentlemen. I'm just going to add Glenn to the stream.
Yeah,
Glenn,
Steven, can you
good
hear
evening.
me?
Yeah, I can
Glenn,
hear you. How are you?
hey Glenn, how are you?
I'm good, Alex. How are
Oh,
you
Glenn,
guys?
you're a great man coming on.
Yeah, I love Steven's points. I'm here to explain myself.
Yeah, please. I mean, how are you? How you doing, mate?
I'm good, man. Just finished watching the Leeds game, just chilling. We're now 11th, by the way. I understand what
What was the
Nathaniel is
score?
saying.
What's the
2-0.
score?
2-0 for
2-0.
Leeds.
Yeah, so
Oh
that means we're
God,
11th now.
they're gonna ruin my Valentine's Day, but I'm not even gonna be in the mood.
Glenn,
Yeah,
It's gonna ruin your life. I gotta do a watch along.
Oh,
sorry
I
about
want to
that.
hear. I want to hear the positives. Please, show me some positives. I'm desperate.
Okay,
All right,
I'll tell you one first.
go on.
From this Wolves game the Wolves game we got 2 red cards the other week.
Yeah,
We played really well in the first half, and yeah, got the red card, which was not supposed to be the red card and stuff like that. But when we were down to 9 men, if anything, we actually looked like the ones who would get a goal more than Wolves. Back in the Wenger days, every time we went down to 10 men, we would concede 6 goals, 7, 8 every single game. Whether it was against Leicester, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, United, all those teams would rip us apart with 10 men. These days, even when Arsenal gets a red card, I can see some organization at the back. The team doesn't fall apart. That is a mentality issue that we had. We don't have that these days. Yes, there's indiscipline, but every time we go down to 10 men, 9 men, we still look like we have a chance, and no team can rip us apart like 4 goals, 5 goals. That is one. Another one I'd say to Steven is, yes, these players haven't been playing well and stuff, but when Aubameyang signed the contract, he said he signed the contract because he wants to leave a legacy at Arsenal, and then the second reason was because of Arteta. That is what he said. Before Willian joined Arsenal, as much as no one wants him to stay at Arsenal,
So
before he
what's
joined, he said, Yeah, yes, we believe maybe he joined Arsenal because it's in London and stuff, but he actually did say that he joined Arsenal because of what Arteta told him.
You really
Odegaard,
believe
the
him?
other,
You really hang on. You
Carry
really
on.
hang on. A lot of
So
people say that just because of PR. So right,
Glenn,
you can take that with a pinch of salt, right?
no.
It's,
but then Gabriel didn't say that then. Why everyone would have said that then?
No, Glenn, it's just to make him
yeah,
look good.
but then
Yeah, but
how do you explain his performances?
But why would William make Arteta look good? It doesn't. He's not his friend or anything. Why would he want him to look good?
no,
It's not like he
Glenn,
owns him anything.
Glenn, obviously, big up yourself. Like, I just want to ask you something. Yeah, if you're a player, if you're not, like I said, if you're not an Everton fan or Arsenal fan, you have not heard of this guy before. You have not heard of this guy. Listen, there is PR, and you want to know why it's PR? Because during the Odegaard interview, the reporter or the guy that was interviewing him did not ask him about Arteta once. He asked him about Arteta twice. So that tells you that they're trying to push this narrative that players are looking up to Arteta, saying, "Oh, Arteta told me to do this, or Arteta convinced me to do this." I don't think Arteta convinced these guys to do anything, because why would a player want to play for a manager who they've never heard of, who has no experience? Like it's not adding up, especially a player like Partey, who's a very accomplished, one of the best holding midfielders in the world. Let's be honest. And he's saying, "Oh, I came because Arteta." No, that's BS. That is BS. Listen, that is BS.
Do you know
There's
what?
some,
Do you know what
there's
parts
some.
me? Hang on.
by
Do
the
you know
way,
what's part of me? Hang on. Do you know
well,
what's part of me? I was just gonna say, Aubameyang. I really do feel when he signed that we've backed ourselves into a corner. Now, I'm not gonna blame Arteta on this because part of it is Henry's fault, right? Is that we ended up eighth, so it means we only got Europa League football. If we got Champions League football like we were supposed to do that season, it could have been a different story. So we've had to give him that massive contract, and probably somewhere in that contract, along the lines, we were saying we're going to get you Champions League football. We're going to invest. We're going to buy players, invest in the right areas, move in the right direction. Which is probably then why he's come out with the fact that Arteta convinced me to stay. This is where I want. I want to leave a legacy, and this all that and the other. Now this is where um he says then I'm then backed by the board, right? For example, if you're backed by the board, then so why haven't you got OR and Partey like you said you wanted?
Chris,
You said you were going to tell us the truth, right? So if you're backed by the board, why haven't we got OR in his team and Partey in his team, right? As
Okay,
well as Gabriel.
let me finish my positives and then
He
we'll
has
come
been
back to
back.
that.
He has been
Let
back
me
because we got Odegaard,
yeah.
we got Partey. What else does he really need? What else? I know we
Okay.
have a lot of
Okay,
depth.
Nathaniel, let me finish my positives. Let me finish my positives.
go on,
So
Glenn, go on.
the next one I was going to say was Odegaard. He also said that Tita called him and he joined Arsenal because of that. Okay, let's move on to the next point. You've had you guys mentioning Partey. So Partey, Gabriel, all these players have been very good. But I believe this season, Gabriel, Partey, and Tierney, all of them have been injured for half of the season. They've all missed like literally half of the season. Partey, I think, has missed more games than he's played. Tierney, yes, he's missed a couple, maybe 4 or 5. And Gabriel has been suspended. He's had the illness and everything. He's missed like 7 games or 8, something like that. So he's been very unlucky with the players he's signed. Those 3 of our 5 best players in the team, and they've missed basically the whole season. You can throw in Aubameyang in that list too, because he's also missed like 4, 5 games or something like that. That's another reason. He's been very unlucky with the injuries of our best players. Most of them have not been playing anyway. And then number 4, at the start of the season, we were told that, when he came, we were told that, it's a difficult job for him. It's going to take him maybe 4 or 5 years to get rid of all these players. It has taken him 1 week to get rid of 5 of players we didn't want at Arsenal. 1 week. Socrates is gone, Mustafi is gone, Kolasinac is gone, Ozil is gone. All of those players that we thought were going to be here for the next 2 years and it was going to be difficult to let go, they've all left in 1 week. Apparently, it was going to be a difficult job to get rid of them, but he has done it within 1 window. So why would you want to sack him right now? Why not wait for the end of the season? Because yes, you guys don't trust the process and everything, but
Glenn, how long
he's
did you
done
give
one
up?
thing for the 2 windows. Why not wait for the 3rd window and let's see what he does for the next one? because now he's gotten rid of the players we didn't want.
Because hang on, because we're still playing players like Partey, Gabriel. We're still playing. All right, Tierney. We can say Tierney's still left out, but even when Tierney's in the side, right? We're still playing these players, and we're playing Smith Rowe. He decides to burn the hell out of Smith Rowe rather than play Odegaard. Right? Why are you playing Odegaard not playing Odegaard in the Aston Villa game? Smith Rowe was dead. He was dead after the last game. I don't know why you were playing him. So that's another
That's why,
thing.
Steven. That's why
but
I've
this
told
is
you
another
that.
thing. But here's the thing: is you've got Saka as well. You've got Martinelli there. You've got Lacazette up front, right? You've got Smith Rowe in the middle, which is how it's supposed to be our better team at the minute, right? You've got Partey in the middle, who's back from injury, who's never fully fit, right? Gabriel, who's then in the centre back role. So, and yet we still concede in 2 minutes against Villa, and then do nothing.
Yeah.
And then he takes off,
Welcome
and
to
then
the
he takes off. And instead of taking Smith Rowe off, right, who was dead, he takes Cedric off, and then he decides that managed to find a way to put Willian on the pitch.
But that's why I didn't say Denzel doesn't make mistake. I just said he makes more. He has
But
more
he keeps
positives than
putting
negatives.
Willian on the pitch. Willian should be
That's
out
a
of this club.
negative. Fine, that's a negative. I don't agree with that either, but that's a negative. That's why I said more positives than negatives. That's one of the things I don't like either. I don't want Willian to come on instead of Martinelli. I wanted Sabas to come on instead of him.
Glenn, one thing you have to understand is that I understand you're saying there's more positive than negatives, but if there's more positive than negatives, why are we on the bottom half of the table with a +1 or -2 or whatever? Like, our goal difference is not even that great. The football is not that great. We don't look promising. He's been in the job for about a year and some change. He has not brought through one youngster. One youngster he's not brought through in his team.
Are you honestly saying that team? Honestly saying that team on paper is 10th?
We
It's
are
the
good at
10th
if
best
we
team.
give this team to Arsene Wenger, we'd be sixth in the table right now. Sixth in the table.
Can I just bring in Luca? Say something?
Yeah, sorry.
Go on, Luca.
Hello. It's
Welcome, Luca.
And
You know Glenn, don't you, Luca?
huh?
Glenn and Luca, you know each other.
Yeah, of course. He was on my podcast the other week, and then
Yeah.
I've known Lucas since he had like 200 subscribers or something.
What do you say to all this? Like with Arteta, well, where do you stand?
Well, I think Arteta's got to go. In my opinion, I think he's out of his depth. I don't think he's not the right man for the job. And I've just seen that Leeds beat Crystal Palace 2-0, and I've seen people tweeting on Twitter, looking right now, 11th in the league in February. It's bang out of order, because at the end of the day, right, I look at it right and just think he's got to go, mate. He's out of his depth, right? He's not the right man for the job. But when you look at it at the same time, people were saying to me that obviously when you look at the squad, people might say, like what that Arsenal fan said about Arsene Wenger, saying about if we had Arsene Wenger, like, don't get me wrong, I don't want Arsene Wenger back, but I'm just saying, for example, if we did have a similar manager to like that, we probably would have finished at least minimum, at best, maybe 5th or 6th, because people were saying that obviously it's not Arteta's fault, it's the players' fault. Well, I think it is kind of both, because you look at Arteta as the one who actually picks the team at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, right,
Kroenke doesn't pick the players. Arteta does.
Kroenke's not the problem. Yeah, people got to remember that Kroenke's not the problem. He's part of the problem. But the only problem I have with him is the one who actually hired the board members. The board are the ones are the problem. Okay, look at other clubs this season and look at our recruitment. Our recruitment is so bad. Yeah. Okay. People got to remember that. And you look at Chelsea, they spent £200 million, right? Sack Frank Lampard just like that. Bring Thomas Tuchel. And the thing is, if you look at a difference between Abramovich and Stan Kroenke, right? Abramovich actually cares about that club, right? He actually invests. They can sack a manager. And Chelsea are very, very clever. So with Arsenal, right? Yes, I do think Stan Kroenke really does need to maybe get involved a little bit and maybe sack the board then I'll start seeing something. But at the moment, I'm not loving Arsenal at the moment. Don't get me wrong, we're all Arsenal fans at the end of the day, and we support this club thick and through, whatever happens. But I'm not loving it at the moment. 11th in the league. And one of your people who said in the chat while I was watching it, and apparently he was saying about, you look at the squad. You look at the squad and you're thinking 11th. This squad can do better on paper. But when people say that, you kind of feel like, are we blaming Arteta? Is he the one who actually turning us into a mid-table club? Is the manager not getting the best out of the players? I don't know what the problem is for Arsenal. So,
Glenn, did you bring this to the chat? We need to be positive.
Can I just also add? Sorry.
Only invincible facts.
Can I just also just ask is that with Arteta, I've got nothing against Arteta, to be honest, and to be honest, this is where I lose it with the board, because they've put him in this situation, right?
yeah.
They've put an inexperienced manager in this situation, knowing it was a cheap option. Let's be honest here. So, if you're going to do that, you've got to give someone who's new in a job every single tool they can possibly get in success, right? Every little bit of experience, every little bit of finance, every little bit of this, right? Arteta's having it with one hand tied on his back, right? And I'm sorry, I don't know where you're going to get this from, but that hand ain't going to come out that back. He's not going to get that hand loose, right? The board are not going to end up backing him. So if they're not going to back him, he's out of his depth and he's got to go, because I'm sorry, the board will not give him the funds to be able to give him the success he needs.
You say that, sorry to cut it a little bit, but you say that with Unai Emery, right? Unai Emery was backed 50 million, and Unai Emery wanted Harry Maguire, Thomas Partey, and Wilfried Zaha, right?
Why still got fifth?
And still got fifth with the same players, with some of the players we got rid of. And since Tapas Poulis has come in, right, we've literally, I watch League Gunner. Some people might not, but I love League Gunner. Don't get me wrong. But
he talks facts, bro. He talks facts, man.
I love League Gunner, mate. But no, as I was saying, Tapas Poulis, right, Mikel Arteta, he's out of his depth, because him and Edu are the ones who are in charge of the transfers, and they have to sort something out in this summer. Okay, Arteta, right, exactly what this guy just said, right? If Stan Kroenke's not going to back Mikel Arteta, he's got to go. He's got to go. Like, Arteta should come out and say, right, okay, I'm not being backed here. Maybe I need to go. Maybe I feel like I've done what I can, won an FA Cup, and pass the torch to someone else. Allegri's available. He lives like near London Colney. So Allegri's freaking available. He lives in London somewhere. Rafa Benitez is available.
Rafa Benitez just come back from China.
Sorry to interrupt you. I'm seeing a lot of comments here. It's just people are getting mixed opinions. It's like
he's trolling.
Quick Goonies obviously likes Arteta and Arsenal.
Yeah, he's all comes on my channel.
He's trolling.
Well, I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
And it's nothing to do with our fan base.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just if he wants Arteta in, that's fair enough. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm just giving my opinion, and I just say that I think he's got to go. In my opinion, he's not taking this club forward. We need an experience.
The only problem I see that I'm not all Arteta in fans that I've run into, right, are the same, right? And if they accept my view of Arteta out, right, then I'll accept their view of Arteta in. I ain't got a problem with that, and we can have an honest debate about it, right? What I don't like is ones that come on, say, like Football Terrace or something, right, and then go, because that guy was Arteta out, he should go to Sports Spurs. You know,
say that.
That's I'm sorry, no, you can't. I'm sorry, like, he still loves Arsenal Football Club. He just doesn't believe in the manager.
Can I ask Glenn a question?
Can I ask something? Glenn,
ask him first.
Glenn, are you still there, mate?
Yeah.
How long do you give till for you would be enough? How long do you give him? I mean,
How long? I was asked that question in
you know
December,
what?
and I was asked that question in December, and I said I'm going to give him and see how the January transfer goes. And yeah, since when I said that, I think we went to that 6-game unbeaten run, and I was happy the January window. So as of now, if you're asking me now, I'd say and until like next year January same time. Because of the transfer window this summer. Because I can't say whether if he doesn't buy players this summer transfer window, I'm gonna let him go right before the start of the season. Because I really want to give him this transfer window and see what else he's gonna buy and who else he's gonna get rid of.
Can I ask Glenn a question now?
Yeah, go on,
Yeah,
go
go
on,
ahead.
Roland. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So Glenn, you're back in Arteta, yeah, but based off what you've seen from Arteta, you know, based off what you've seen from Arteta since he's been in the job for like a year, do you think? Obviously, I'm sure you want to win Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues, continue to win, big honorable trophies. Do you see us? Yeah. Do you see us winning anything under this manager?
In the next how many years are we talking about?
And then let's say in the next 5 years, do you think this manager is gonna all of a sudden turn everything around? See this football that we're playing. Do you think he's gonna get rid of this football? He's gonna be playing nice, attractive football. Do you think we actually win anything significant like a Champions League, a Premier
Oh,
League?
if you're asking in the next 5 years, absolutely. Because if you're asking in the next 1 year, 2 years, then I would have been like, maybe not, because that time is still part of the improvement. Remember, right now, it's not like yes, we're 11, but it's not like it's everything that is a calamity. That's why we have the second best defensive record in the
No,
league.
no, no.
So what we're trying to do
It
right
is.
now is get a balance. That is what we're trying to do right now. Get a balance between having a good defense and scoring goals up front. He tried to sort out our defense and he messed up the attack. I've never refused that. So
No,
we're trying to get a balance. Go ahead.
that's the problem. That's the problem.
That's the
Yeah,
problem. We've got all these attacking players.
I use the
But hang on,
sample.
hang on. We've got all these attacking players.
Stephen, let me speak.
Yeah, he
Sorry.
can't get an attack. Sorry.
Go on, Relentless.
I used this example, Glenn, before you came on. I said, look at Thomas Tuchel. My man was in the country for less than 24 hours or something like that. You watched the first game they played against Wolves. They made the most passes in a game since 2003. So he's been in the job for 24 hours. He hasn't even met all of the squad yet. He hasn't even met all of the players. And he's already got a style of play within one training session. One training session. Arteta has been in the job for a year, and we don't even know whether we're going or coming. We don't even know if we're playing attacking football, whether it's defensive football, counter attack football. We don't know. We don't every game. It's a different thing. We don't even know what's going on. But even the Arsenal fans that watch every game, I watch every game. I still ain't got a clue what's going on.
But you do realize that every single manager has an impact in the first 5 games. I wouldn't be surprised in the next 9 months if Tuchel is gone.
The thing is that even when Arteta came, did we really get a new manager bounce? No, in my opinion, I don't think we really had a new manager bounce, because that first game the first game against Bournemouth was a perfect game for us to go out there and say, you know what, we got a new manager, we're gonna play some nice football, blah blah blah. We drew that game. We got lucky. We should have lost that game. I remember that game very, very like it was yesterday.
But Thomas did draw with Wolves as well. He didn't win his first game.
But he played better. But what we're trying to say is that he had a style of play within 24 hours. 24 hours. And they're still playing it to this day. It's not like it's changed. They're playing quick football. When they keep the ball, they keep the ball, they counter press, they do all of this. We do not, as a football club, Arsenal Football Club, we do not play the same level of football. And our manager has been in the job for a year. And I've let me ask you a question. Since we sacked what's his name, Emery, yeah, have you seen any improvement from this team? Have you seen any improvement?
I've just mentioned for the start. Yes, our defense is better than it was. We used to concede 3 goals, 4 goals to Watford every. Though in that season, you conceded a lot of goals, a bunch of goals, 3 away, a bunch of leads. We don't do that these days.
But listen, you can concede. Listen, you can concede. You can concede 3 goals all season and still get relegated. Like, yeah, that's all you can
But
concede
for
3
positives
goals.
from that Emre
I
season,
mean,
yes.
you can concede. Wait, am I making sense? Anyway, what I'm basically trying to say is that what I'm trying to say is that it's all well and good having a good defensive record, but scoring goals wins you games. But not scoring any goals, I'd rather score a bunch of goals and concede.
Great
than,
quote. And then what wins you titles?
Huh?
Sorry.
What wins you titles? Goals win you games, but what wins you titles?
Yes, I understand that, but if you give
that is the first step. We've gotten that right.
Yeah, but what do you see from this manager that all of a sudden he's gonna get it? He's gonna get it right. I don't see any. He's not showing me any promising signs. We're 11th in the table. We're losing to teams like Burnley. We're losing to teams like Villa, who have people like Dean Smith in charge.
You know, people
Dean Smith
usually do say that. I don't disagree. We've lost to Burnley, and yeah, we've lost.
these are games that we should have
twice to
won.
Villa. But I can
You shouldn't be
also
losing at
tell
home
you
to
the
Burnley.
same thing.
I'm sorry.
I can
We should not be in the top.
just 1 moment, Steven. I can also say the same thing to you guys. We've never gone 5 games without losing to United. We've ended our bad run against United. If you throw my side about Villa beating us twice, I can also tell you the positives. We've never won that many games against top 6 clubs in the last 10 years than we have in the last 1 year.
You don't get trophies over.
Yeah,
but I didn't expect a trophy in the first year. I didn't expect a trophy in the first year either way.
We've also been battered by Villa at home. They scored 3 goals against us, which they've never done since 1924. He's breaking records left, right. Every year he's breaking records. The most games we've lost all season is 13. 13. And we've lost 10.
He's played Villa 3 times and he won one of them.
Yeah, and he's about to break.
That's fine, but I can also tell you we've played United 3 times and not lost any of them.
United are second. When United
exactly my point. That's what I'm saying. If you're telling me about individual teams that have broken records against us,
I wouldn't care if I lost to Arsenal every game
every
year. If I lost home and away to Arsenal as a Man United fan, I wouldn't care if I was still winning the title.
Do you think Glenn? I mean, do you think Rance cares about the fact that we beat him? No, he's loving life. They're second in the table. They're loving life. They don't care about what we're doing. So we're bringing up all these silly records. The fact of the matter is that we have a manager who is not fit to take control of this football club. Yeah, he's not fit to take care of this football club because he's a rookie. You wouldn't, like I said, I made the example. Would you trust somebody who hasn't fixed a car ever to work on your brand new expensive car that's broken down? You wouldn't expect a mechanic who's never done anything significant to work on your car. So why would you put a manager who's had no experience in charge of a big football club and expect him to magically turn things around? That's not possible. We're not gonna go anywhere with this manager.
It's like because I do F1 content on my channel, so it's like taking a rookie from go-karts and putting them in F1 cars. So go drive it faster than Hamilton. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah, but if he wins a couple of good races, 2-3 races, you give him a chance.
It seems, Glenn, you've brought a few people agree with you, and it seems this is where I think this fan base.
No, by the way, sorry. By the way, I do agree with Steven in terms of I'm not like if you're Arteta out, I hate you, stuff like that. No, I do see some reasons why they will be Arteta out and stuff. So I'm just saying it's more positives than negatives. Go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know, just whether it's but Quick Gooner and
hang on. Could I just ask Glenn, what do you think about so in terms of, not worry about the outgoings, in terms of incomings this January, what did you make of the deals between Matt Odegaard, for example? What did you make of that?
I was happy that's getting a backup goalkeeper in Ryan. And I was happy that's getting. I do understand that there's no one really out there to pay 50 million for an attacking midfielder. So I was happy with Odegaard, but I was not happy that's not getting a backup left back. I really wanted a backup left back because I feel right now we are being forced to play Cedric. Not because he's that good. We're being forced to play him. So for that transfer window, I gave it an 8. So the plan for that transfer window wasn't really to get anyone in. It was to get rid of the players. That's why I'm saying at the start of next season, if we go and we sign literally no one, then you'll start asking yourself questions like, what was the plan? Are we going to start the next zone without signing anyone? But I do believe that at the end of the season, we'll get some more positives. I actually do think Willian won't be here next year. I feel like his contract is going to get cancelled as well. I feel like we're going to get 4 or 5 players, and you're going to get rid of the likes of El Neni, maybe Bellerin, the way the Nathaniel wants Bellerin to leave and stuff. So maybe we'll get rid of a couple
We're not getting
more
rid of
players.
Bellerin. We're not getting rid of Bellerin. He's
They're
staying
not
here.
getting rid of
Okay, maybe he stays
loves
as a
Bellerin.
backup. Maybe he stays as a backup right now.
No, Arteta, because he has poor judgment, he's gonna look at Bellerin. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's my son. I gotta keep him. Yeah.
No, I actually feel it'll change you guys' mind. I actually feel by July you guys will be like, oh wow, Willian is now gone. Bellerin is now gone. We've gotten a bit of money from that. El Neni is now gone. We've brought this and this. I actually feel the next transfer window will actually be another transfer window where we get the best transfer window of the summer as well.
This transfer window that we had, the transfer window we had last summer,
because he went off a bit topic. Hang on, went a bit off topic of what I was asking. What did you make of the Odegaard deal?
Of the deal itself, the loan deal?
Mm-hmm.
I feel it was good, a good deal. As I said, like we got an attacking midfielder, we sorted out that. We've gotten a player to help out Smith Rowe. He was the only player available, I'd say, because there's not many teams have bought many players like that. So for the deal, as I've told you, like I was happy with the deal. We did it at the right time. We got a player who can fit the plan, his plan. So I was okay with the deal. Plus a loan deal, I was okay with that.
Glenn, let me just ask
what is Arteta's plan?
Can I just, because my problem is that we are now basically being a feeder club for Real Madrid. Yeah. We are literally training their youth team, right? We are literally letting them players go out on loan to get fitness. So next season, because let's be mind you, Zidane's not doing well. He could be out of that job by next winter, and he's the only one that doesn't like Odegaard. Real Madrid have made it a simple loan with no option to buy for a reason, right? Because he knows if he does well here and he looks like he could do something here, right? Real Madrid will want him back. We ain't getting him. That's the end of it, right? So we still got the same problem.
I also don't like loan deals. I actually do hate loan deals in the fact that someone can come and have such a big impact in your team and still leave after 2 months. I hate that. But yes, right now we don't have money, Steven. So I guess we have to look for some way. That's another reason why I feel like Odegaard is not playing every day, because we don't want to build the team around him too much, because he's going to leave either way. But he's going to help us in a couple of Europa League games, and that's why we brought him. We didn't bring him to be a key man in the team. We brought him to help us out, maybe even become a backup for Smith Rowe, not even be in the first team. So yes, I understand that Real Madrid thing, but you can also say that we are building a good relationship with Real Madrid.
But loan signings can't keep happening. We need to make permanent signings. And Glenn, can
I
say?
last time we did something really good. Hang on. The last time we did, I'll just say this: the last time we did something really good with Real Madrid, we ended up with Ozil.
Yeah, and how did that turn out?
It turned out okay for the first 2 years, Nathaniel. We did win a cup after 10 years.
Yeah, and then he decided that he was bigger than the club.
42 million, 350 grand a week. Think he's bigger than the club, right? And yeah, only for 2 years of football, when the rest of it playing Fortnite. That's brilliant.
Yeah, Glenn. You can
where
say,
is he right now? He's gone.
Yeah, Glenn. You can say he did okay, which is
he's gone.
Right. But over the 7 years,
like Lee Gunner said, cheers.
Over the 7 years he's been here, he's cost us about 130 mil in terms of wages, transfer fee. If we're talking about that, has he been worth it? Hell to the no.
But guess who has gotten rid of him? Arteta. That's another positive.
That was the board. No.
That's the board.
That's the board.
No, but it's still in Arteta's reign.
No. Oh, so it doesn't matter. It could have been under anyone's reign. The board had told Arteta, "You're not playing him," and we're getting rid of him.
But none of us know that,
because he screwed us up in China.
But none of us know the truth about that.
Why is Arteta
But we
got
know none about the truth about Aubameyang staying because of Arteta then.
No, but
Glenn?
Aubameyang did do an interview and say that by himself.
Aubameyang stayed because Real Madrid did not come in for him. Aubameyang stayed because no other big team came in for him.
He only
Real
stayed.
Madrid,
But you, Nathaniel, you're going according to what we
you have
are
to
thinking. We are
put
going to
yourself.
according to what Aubameyang
You have
said.
to put yourself in Aubameyang's shoes. Yeah, Aubameyang is 32 years old. I'm sure Aubameyang wants to win major trophies. He's not stupid. He knows that this club is not going to do anything significant. He's not stupid. He did it for the money. The money. He knows we ain't winning nothing. He's doing it for the money. He's one of the highest paid players in the league. He might even be the highest paid player in the league.
Luca,
You
so
honest,
can I just bring Luca in? Sorry,
Yeah.
no, Luca.
I think I agree what that Arsenal fan said. I think Aubameyang's doing it for the money because I think it's another Mesut Ozil situation.
And Glenn, what is just one burning question? Why does Arteta have such a hold on you? Why? Please enlighten me. Sorry. Okay.
I've just said 4 or 5 reasons at the beginning.
Yeah, I know.
More positives than negatives. We have a good defensive record that we never had. The team's mentality when you go down to 9 men, 10 men is stronger than it was before in the last 10 years. Yes, as much as Nathaniel and Steven don't like it, we did win an FA Cup. Fine, that did add him some time. That's okay. Maybe if he didn't win that, maybe if he didn't win that, he wouldn't be here. That's fine. I do agree with that, but it did buy him some time. We've had the good transfer window back to back in the August transfer window and the one in January. We did get 2 very good players in Gabriel and Partey. We've gotten rid of 5-6 players that no one of us wanted. Yes, Willian was a bad buy, but I do feel like he's going to be gone in the summer. Ozil went, the guy who Nathaniel says has been chewing money off the club, is now gone. Yes, he did help us in 2013, 14, 15, but now he's gone. So many positives. Yes, I agree. The negatives, though, Steven says Willian came on. I don't want that. I don't really love loan deals and all that.
He's not going. He's not going.
He will. I actually do feel.
What has Ozil done? Has Ozil? I keep on hearing people saying Ozil saved us. Oh, he done this, he done that. If you look at all our FA Cup runs, how many assists and goals did he get?
No, I'm just saying. No, I was just answering the way you said. How did that work out? I said it did work out for the first 2 years. Yes, it didn't work out for the last 3 years, but it did work out for the first 2.
Yes, once upon a time, he was one of the best players in the world. Once upon a time, yeah. But if you look over the years since he's been here, all the money we spent on him, he was not worth it. Not one bit. He was not worth it.
But that is not Arteta's fault. Alex just asked me about Arteta.
Yeah, but Arteta wanted to keep him. You just don't play a player for 10 games straight and then all of a sudden say, oh, yeah, I don't fancy him anymore.
But 90% of the fan base are crying for him to play.
Ooh.
And they're still crying for him. 90% of the fan base have been crying for him to play when we were losing the games. They were like, why is Ozil not playing? Same with Balogun right now. No one can even prove to me that Balogun is 100% good, but everyone is crying for him. If Balogun leaves tomorrow, people will be like, what did Balogun do for the team? I still let him go. But different stories, just like Ozil. So I don't really. Alex just asked me about
the problem with Balogun is because Balogun is not he hasn't been given the chance. Yeah, the reason why people are slagging off Eddie is because he's been given multiple chances, and he hasn't done anything. What we want to see is change. Yeah, change. And the thing is that when you bring Ozil back into a struggling side, we've seen this multiple times. Ozil needs good players. He needs multiple players, multiple good players around him. He cannot. Mesut Ozil is not going to overstop change.
And I just read one of Liam's comments. He's left a lot of comments. Can we all agree that if Arteta gets knocked out of Europa, he needs to go? League position ain't getting Champions League. No Champions League, no money.
But what would happen if we finish 10th, 12th or something like that, like this season? Where's the money going to come? How are we going to be able to attract players?
Who wants to come to? You really think he's going to get the players he wants, like Aouar and all that, if we're sitting in 12th?
Listen,
that's the same thing we said last year, Steven. You said, oh, we were 8th, we were 9th. Are we really going to get Partey? But we did.
We still have Europa League football. We won't have Europa League football.
Listen, you can still attract players, but Mourinho attracted Paul Pogba when he was playing in Juventus and they were in the Europa League. But you want to know why we can't attract players? Because we have a manager that nobody's ever heard of. That's the problem. That's the
And
problem.
Alex, to answer Liam's question, I'll answer that question in May because I don't feel like the league season is over anyway.
It is over.
No, 15 games to
over.
go. That's just
What?
assuming that we're going to lose every single game.
So
I'm
hang
not
on, where do you
assuming
think
we're
we'll
going to
finish?
lose every single game. I'm assuming the fact that a lot of
Whoa,
teams
whoa,
have
whoa,
games
whoa, 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 whoa,
have games
where
in
do you think
hand.
you finish? Where do you think
Yeah,
you finish?
games in hand doesn't result to wins.
Where do you think you finish?
Say that again.
Sixth.
Sixth.
Right.
Yeah.
Good luck.
10th.
8th or 9th.
10th.
You can
Quick-
clip this
I
and
could
bring
say-
me back and Steven in May, please,
I-
Alex.
Honestly, I could name 10 teams that are better.
But West Ham
Yeah,
are
that's
clear.
fine.
West Ham are clear. They have a worse team and supposed
West
to be
Ham
a
won't
worse
finish.
manager.
West Ham will drop off. All these teams usually drop off at the end of the season anyway. Same with Leicester.
And we're gonna
Why are
manage.
we
We're gonna
this is the
magically
thing.
rise.
This is the thing. We're relying on a team. We're relying on teams to drop off. We're not doing it ourselves. We're relying
No,
on
we're gonna
teams
do it
to for
ourselves. You're
us.
gonna get the likes of Tierney back. We're finally going to have our first team on the pitch together, hopefully, and all that. Aubameyang will get back to form. I think he'll get 10 goals between now and the end of the season. So yeah, I'm positive, Steven. I'm positive. I still feel you're gonna finish sixth.
Glenn, I admire you for it, and everyone is entitled to their opinion, but
I just feel like I went through a full press conference, man.
Look, hang on, look, honestly, right, when Arteta won the FA Cup, right, I was Arteta in because he was changing it every week. He was trying different things. He was going from 4-2-3-1, then went to a 3-4-3 after lockdown, right? Now he's gone back to this 4-2-3-1. Now, halfway through that spell where we're losing games, I'm thinking, you did a 3-4-3 when we had no sort of confidence, no sort of creativity source, no sort of way forward, right? And we won an FA Cup out of it. Why don't you go back to it? Go back to it for one game. See what happens. But no, he does the same thing time and time again. And that is why after the North London derby, right, which for me, that's what he did in that North London derby is fucking criminal. It's criminal offence. You don't do that against Tottenham. You don't get your team playing like that. I don't care. Right? You get your players up for that. Right? Especially if you've been at the club and you know what it means. So I'm sorry, but when he does not do it every week and he does not change it every week, I'm sorry, that's why I've lost him. If he
But
was
that's why I
trying
do blame
different
a
things,
couple
if
of
he was
players.
trying but if he was trying different systems and doing different tactics, I could say, yeah, okay, you're trying your best. You haven't got the tools. You ain't got this. You ain't got that, right? But he's persistently just done the same thing. The only thing he did is he got Willian ended up off with COVID, right? And I can't remember the other one who ended up off as well. He kept picking. I think Pepe was or something. He was suspended. So for the Chelsea game, all we had was Martinelli, Smith Rowe, and Saka. So he played them, and he got lucky.
Oh my goodness.
Because Chelsea played into our hands as well.
No, Steven, now that's why I don't agree. When we are losing, people are Arteta, but when we are winning, it's lucky. Why?
Because he didn't.
No, why not just say that? Why not just say the good defensive record is because of Arteta? We beat Chelsea because of Arteta.
You're honestly saying
we're putting 10 men behind the balls. It's supposed to be good.
Can I just say, you're honestly saying he wouldn't have picked Willian for that game if he was fit and available?
He wouldn't.
He would. I'm guarantee you.
Willian's got some special contract that he has to play. Must be.
It must be.
He must have a special contract in him. He must do, because why is he not performing? Why is it at Chelsea he performed really, really well? He must
3 shots in 23.
Even at Chelsea,
I
feel like he wasn't even good enough. People keep on saying
3 shots on target in 23 games, and yet he still plays him.
It's shocking. Because Mikel Arteta likes experience. What experience? What experience?
He
There's
don't have any experience, bro. But he don't know nothing about experience. He don't have any experience. That's the problem. You can sit here and say I took the in and all that.
This could go on all
But
night.
in the future, we the chances of us winning anything big under this manager and us being successful is very, very low because he is learning on the job, and that's
I
the
never wanted
problem.
a manager in the first place.
We
You
haven't
shouldn't
got
even
time
learn
for
it.
someone. Can I just say this? We haven't got time. We haven't got the players. We haven't got the money. We haven't got the structure. We haven't got the owners to get a manager that's learning on the job.
It's true. It's true. He talks. It's
But
true.
he's already here, Steven.
You
He's already
can't
here.
do it. It's not fair. Sorry. It's not fair on him. You're crucifying him.
No, just quick. I
Because
don't know.
if he gets sacked by Arsenal at the end of this, who's going to want him? No one.
He's screwing
That's
himself
his
over. He's not
career
even realizing
finished.
what he's actually doing. He's making his situation even worse by staying at Arsenal. And no, not everybody's pessimistic. We just want to win. And if we feel like this manager isn't fit enough to do, we're gonna say.
So I'm gonna give it about another 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, this could go on all night. I didn't expect
Yeah,
this.
this could go on all night, to be honest.
Yeah.
We could have this debate all night.
Appreciate you all coming on. I'm really thank you. I mean, this is. I mean, yeah, this is really good. Liam said there's a reason Chelsea sacked Lampard because he wasn't experienced enough and wouldn't succeed at Chelsea.
Yeah.
So you can just imagine how I feel when I go on every channel trying to support it, and then Cedric freaking gives away the ball in the first minute.
But what I don't get is how come. I agree with that comment. What Liam said. What I don't get is how come Chelsea can sack Lampard. And don't get me wrong, people are entitled to their agenda whether they want Arteta in, Arteta out. That's their opinion. I don't have a problem with that. But how come Chelsea could sack their manager, but the board are not coming out? And Kroenke, obviously, we know that he doesn't do anything because he's too busy in America. But other than that, why can't we not sack Mikel Arteta? Because
we are not Chelsea. We are not Chelsea, Luca. We are not Chelsea. We've been running different from Chelsea. Why? Now that's why I can. That's why I can comment. Steven said on just one comment. Sorry, Steven said on Football Terrace they say go support Chelsea. Now, if you start saying let's play like Chelsea, let's do this like Chelsea, that's when I'll tell you go support Chelsea then. Because if you feel like Arsenal are gonna be run like Chelsea, then go support Chelsea. That's why I can make that comment now.
No, I say it should be ran like Chelsea because Chelsea are the most successful football club in the 21st most successful English club in the 21st century. You want to know what they do? They have a proper process. Yeah, a proper process. A process doesn't
of sacking managers.
No. The process. Yeah, one thing people get confused is that a process does not have to be one manager. Yeah, one manager does not go to a club for 6 years and wins absolutely nothing. People say, "Oh, it's process." A process is the team and the club. It's not a manager. Yeah, if we decide to sack Arteta tonight, yeah, we are still continuing this process. We are still continuing this process. The process is not about one manager. Yeah, they stacked Lampard, who is the best player of all time. Best player of all time. They say, we're not good enough.
But then I can also tell you the same thing about Liverpool. They were patient with Klopp. They also run different.
Yeah,
I also want to be as patient as Liverpool.
Credit in the bank. Klopp has credit in the bank. What has Arteta done? Arteta, listen, I always say
he's won an FA Cup in his first 3 months. That's what he did.
Listen. Let me tell you something. Let me say this thing one thing real quick. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has the United job because he was a decent player and he scored a big goal for them in the 1999 not World Cup, Champions League. So his name holds weight in football. If you look at Lampard, he's one of the best attacking men ever. Yeah. If you look at who we have as our manager, what has he accomplished not in his football career? If you're going to be a manager, one thing you have to do to earn respect from the players is be a good player back in the day so people respect you, or you have to do something in management. Yeah. These players do not know Arteta from a hole in the wall. They've never heard of this guy. So when he's coming in, they're just playing along. Oh, yeah, Arteta told me this. Arteta told me this. Or Taney's coming out with bullshit. Oh, yeah, Arteta told me how to be this. Bro, Arteta wasn't even a good player, and he probably...
Would you put Thierry Henry or someone like that? who knew the club.
No,
Bro, I wouldn't even want Thierry Henry.
no.
I wouldn't even want Thierry Henry because if
I
shit,
want
if stuff
someone
goes
no
to, if
affiliation
shit
with
gets
the
the
club.
fan,
Not
if shit hits the fan, people are gonna say, "Oh, it's Thierry Henry." If people are gonna defend Arteta, who was a bang average player anyway, if they're gonna defend Arteta, imagine what they're gonna do if we get Henry over here.
look what happened with Wenger. Look why we took so long getting rid of Wenger, because he just wouldn't let go. Right? If we put Henry in there, it will be if it goes wrong, it'll be a nightmare to get rid of him.
Just to end on my last positive, Alex, there
Say that
has to
again.
be just to end on my last positive, there has to be something when Guardiola picks you to become his manager, his assistant.
Oh
There
my
has
God.
to be something there. There has to be something there. He is not dumb.
Because he's Spanish.
No, he
Yeah.
didn't. No, he didn't. No, he would have picked a lot
He's
of
handsome,
people.
bro.
He would have picked Xavi, he'd have picked Iniesta. Then there's a lot of people he'd have picked. Then
I have no idea. I can't. There must be some.
I know what you need to do. You just need to support him because he's gonna be here anyway, and you guys know that.
Yeah, and that's the sad part because that means we're not going anywhere.
No,
That's
we're
what
gonna
that-
go somewhere.
Yeah,
We'll never
different
win the
beliefs.
league.
bro.
We'll
We're gonna
never,
play-
we'll
bro,
never,
we're gonna-
we'll
we're
never
gonna have
win
to-
the league with this board. We'll never win the title until Stan Kroenke goes.
Yep.
Right.
Not
I'm gonna,
Arteta.
next
You
season,
really think?
next season,
Hang on. You really think in the next, if even Arteta stays 5 years, right? You really think he's
Yes,
going to win
my
the
answer
Premier
is
League
yes,
or
we
even
are
the
gonna-
Champions? You really
He
think he's going to win the
won't win the
Champions?
Premier League
Hang
in
on.
the next
Do you really
five
think he's
years.
going to
Not-
win a Champions League?
Not
No.
not in the next 5 years. In the next 3
So
years.
what's the point? What's the point?
In the next 3 years?
Why did Mikel
Yeah,
Arteta-
Steven asked me a
he's gonna
question,
win-
and I've told him
Hang on.
yes.
Hang on.
What's the
He's
point?
going to win. Whoa. He's
Yes,
going
in
to
the
win
next 3
Champions
years.
League
Yeah,
in the
you
next
had
3
me
years.
correct. Yeah.
okay, Glenn, I'll hold you to that, mate. I'll clip
The
it.
next 3 years
Glenn,
is gonna win
You may
what?
not notice, mate. To do that, you got to get in the top 4 to qualify.
No problem. We still have next season to do that. There's no problem.
No, Glenn. You're
He's
not,
already had
you're not
2
understand-
seasons.
It's 5 years.
One
without-
and a half. 1.5, Steven.
Glenn,
It'll be 2
1.5.
seasons by next season.
Glenn, what makes you think that Arsenal's? I think percentage-wise, he's our second worst manager in our history. What makes you think our second worst manager in our history, in terms of
Yeah.
win percentage, is going to magically turn this team into a Premier League winning team within 3 years? What makes
Yeah,
you think that?
I'm gonna end it with this comment. There are more positives than negatives, Nathaniel. Thank you.
How is that possible? If we're
No,
if I'm
it is.
happy-
It is. It
It's
is.
not. It's not.
According
It's
to me,
not,
it is.
Glenn.
Steven. It is.
Well, I took
Oh.
about paying your bills, bro.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're gonna have to work very hard to change my mind on him.
Glenn, thank you very much for coming on, by the way.
Yeah, big up Glenn, but bro,
No problem.
Yeah,
man.
big up Glenn. Right, give me it. Fuck it.
this is funny, bro.
Thank you, Alex, for having me.
Really good.
Yeah, big up. Bro.
Glenn, you take care, mate.
Take care, Glenn.
And I'm going to. I mean, that was wow.
Second worst manager in our history. 39%
What I
win
was going to
percentage.
say earlier was, I have
4 minutes, and I'm going to round it off because I need to go to bed as well. I'm
can I say
tired.
one last
3
thing?
years.
Can I say
You
one
did it
last-
at 3 years. 3 years. 3 years.
Can I say one last thing and then I'll let you get on? And
Yep.
yeah, I don't understand why. Obviously, with Mikel Arteta, he's come out and said that obviously he wants to win the Champions League, and that we're not going to win nothing with this manager, right? People could say whether they want Arteta in, that's fine with them, but we're not going to win anything with this manager in the next 5 years. We're going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. We're going to finish around 10th, 12th at best. So people could say, okay, he won the FA Cup. Yeah, good ribbons on that. But at the end of the day, it's not going to change anything. We're Arsenal Football Club. We need to start acting like a big club, and things have got to start changing now. So it's got to change. It's got to change. And the board are not going to do anything, right, with this manager in charge.
I should have started earlier. I wish I'd started about 6 or something.
I know. So,
Can't believe the time. But Stephen, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Relentless, really appreciate it.
Big up.
I really thank you. That was amazing. I'm like, I could go on all night, but I have to get up.
maybe do one tomorrow, like 4 p.m. or something.
I need to start like 12 in the afternoon or something. And Glenn's not giving up. quick, yeah, Stephen, it's going to be okay. It's just football. 2 FA
That's what
Cups,
they
one
said.
league title,
That's
A
what they
one
said
champion.
about my health, mate.
in the next 5 years.
He must be
Glenn,
he must be reading out his football manager resume, bro. He must
Glenn,
be reading that out, bro. We ain't winning that.
Glenn, like you do know, like that's not that. This is real life, not FIFA.
I was just about to say that.
guys, I really appreciate you all coming on. And if you don't mind, I might make this a regular Monday or something. I don't know what. Can talk about it later or something, but
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to go this.
Arsenal Monday night show. Why not?
Yeah, something to do and talk and rant and have a go at each other, but in a nice way. So yeah. By the way, Luca, plug your channel, please, before we go.
Trust the process, yeah.
Is that your channel? Trust the process.
No. Yeah, obviously, in case you guys obviously are new, my channel is This Is Lucas Life. Currently, I'm on 548 subscribers. I am on the road to 600 subscribers. So if you want to subscribe to the channel, Arsenal Annex will put the link in the description below. And in case you guys want to subscribe and watch my channel, and I do Arsenal content. Not only that, I do other vlogs and all that stuff as well. So if anyone wants to subscribe to the channel, feel free. It's up to you. It's your choice. And can we get to 600 by my birthday next month? So
Legends of YouTube. And Glenn says, yes, trust the process, Luca. Relentless, you've gone. Relentless, mate. Thank you so much for coming on. Stephen, I really appreciate your support in that debate. That was amazing. And yeah, maybe possibly do this again next Monday.
yeah.
Yeah, I need to go to bed. I'm tired. I'm tired. Nearly 3 hours. Didn't expect this. So any final comment?
Yeah, just go and subscribe to this channel and hit that like button. Right. Subscribe to This Lucas Life, and obviously subscribe to SVT TV. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can monetize this my channel, so we can send donations to the Children's Liberties Foundation charity.
His link. Go and subscribe to him now, please. Go to subscribe to Luca and Glenn, and everybody take care and see you soon. Yeah. So thank you very much. Good night, Stephen. All right. Good night, and Luca.
Yeah.
Good night, my friend.
Cheers.
Mate, I need to go. I'm so tired. Guys, all right. See you later, mate. Yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And good night. And yes, I will speak to you all soon. And yes, Arteta out.